gang. I got out, giving all glory to God.
Hold up.
This ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meech. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good? What's good? What's good, trappers? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Welcome to another episode of Trappin' Tuesdays, y'all. All right. Before we get started, man, we just got to first give y'all thanks. Because without y'all know that this show has no meaning, has no purpose. Without y'all, we can't help people get what we inspire to help them go. So we want to thank y'all from the bottom of our hearts for just tuning in every week. Let us be a part of your financial journey, whether it's bringing us in the crib, whether it's putting us on the TV, whether it's putting us in the bedroom while you relax, whether it's in the living room, while you in the kitchen, while you at work, wherever, watching on your phone, whether you're in the Uber or Lyft. We just want to say, man, thank you, and we truly appreciate your support. We truly appreciate all the reshares. We truly appreciate all the quotes. We truly appreciate the people that you tell that you don't even tell us about. We appreciate that, man, because without y'all, we are nothing. Without y'all, there is no Wall Street Trapper. Without you all, there is no Wall Street Looks Like Us Now. Without y'all, the Freedom Center cannot be home to the trappers. So we got to tell y'all, thank y'all, you hear me? All right, man, so baking soda check. Triple beam check. All right, we got to make sure they up there. Today I want to start off today with something that's real good, man. I've realized that a lot of you all, you're tired. You're tired of looking at the charts. You're tired of feeling like every time you make a win, there's a loss that follows. You're tired of breaking down companies. You're tired of seeing other people win and you like, why not me? You're tired of every candlestick going against you. You're tired of reading the books and looking on the YouTubes and looking at the flashcards and back testing, and then you won't see it in the portfolio. But what I want to tell you is, you're not tired. You're just fatigued. You're financially fatigued. And moments like this happen when the enthusiasm of why you started starts to fade a little bit. Moments of fatigue really kick in when you don't see the end result that you once visioned when you started. And it's not because the end isn't still there, it's because fatigue produces a type of exhaustion, and exhaustion produces a type of depression, and a type of depression produces this word that I hate that's called quit. I want to bring you back for a minute to I remember when I was in prison and I was about 17 years old. And I just want you to walk with me on this journey because there's a pivotal moment here. And I know I might get talked about it, but I'm going to tell you how pivotal this moment is because I like to talk to y'all from real life situations because I'm going to be honest with you. The way that I get through life is I always fall back on a real life situation that I had to go through in order to go through to get where I'm at today. I'll say that again. I'll talk about real life situations that I had to go through and then grow through to get me here. So I'm about 17 years old, man. I'm about 5'7". I'm probably about 157 soaking wet. Surrounded by grown men. And I remember I just kept telling myself, like, I'm going to fight for it. I remember just kept telling myself, no matter what, like, if it ever comes, I'm going to die for it. I just remember kept telling myself that no matter what, because I knew the day was going to come where everything I stood for, I had to represent it. Because one thing I learned about prison was, all the stuff we hear on TV about, man, if you don't mess with nobody, nobody gonna mess with you. If you be quiet, nobody don't. No, that's the people exactly who they come and mess with. That's the exact ones there, because they know, they feel like you hiding something. Right? And so I remember just being 17 years old, man, and just like, damn, I was in this place called Orleans Parish Prison. And man, at the time, bro, this was like worse than, this thing had a name across the world being one of the worst places you could be. I'm 17 years old and I'm in there with killers, drug dealers, murderers, and all of this stuff, man. And this where like you ain't got no guns with you, so being a tough guy, it don't get you nowhere. So everybody's just chilling and you doing what you do. And I remember just telling myself, man, if it ever came to this, I'm gonna fight for it. And I remember, man, one day I was on the basketball court. And this guy, I ain't gonna say his name, because I think he passed away, or got murdered not long, maybe a few years back, so I'm gonna say his name. But I remember he was cocky. And he was bullheaded, bro. We playing basketball. And me and my dog Fatty, we was playing. I'm lying, me and my dog Mel, we was playing. I was always playing on 18 because I was a pretty good point guard as far as prison ball was concerned. I was fast, I had pretty good handles, not the best handles in the world. This is before hot sauce and all them, so, I was pretty decent. And I just had big heart. So I remember I went to the goal and I was doing really good. Layup with the right, layup with the left, passes, I had it. And I'm not saying I was, incredible, but I was pretty good. I was young, I'm 17. They come like a little kangaroo. I had energy for days. And I remember him like, man, somebody got to check that little. And I remember going to the goal one day. I'm going to the goal and he just hit me with an elbow, boom, in my chest. And I fell out, boom. I'm like, damn. I'm like, say, bro, don't do that no more, bro. Because, you don't really want start nothing. Because you don't really want it to be nothing crazy, but you got to represent yourself. And we was having this tournament. And everybody want to go outside and be on the yard. And he's like, little nigga, stop coming to the goal then. Like, all right. Do my thing in. I go to the goal again. Boom, hard foul. I'm like, damn. I say, bro, don't do that no more. I remember he mushed me. Mind you, I'm like 5'7", y'all. I'm like 150 something. I ain't gonna lie, he every bit of like 5'9", but he probably like 220. Cock diesel. He the one that's doing like 1,000 push-ups on the tier, and he the one that's taking the water cooler with the ice and he lifting it up and he doing the one with one hand and he doing it 2,000 times. He got rips everywhere. He taking the cooler, doing squats with it. He shadow boxing, all the stuff, right? And I'm like, bro, he mushed me and all of that went out of, I didn't worry about none of that because all I remember, I kept telling myself at 17, when the time comes, you gonna have to fight for it. You have to fight for it. And so I remember he mushed me and the first thing come to my mind was, once you hit him, you gotta go all in. But if you don't hit him, everything from that moment on changes. Because you never be looked at the same. And I remember I just hit him, pow! And we start tussling. And I remember 3 or 4 licks in, I was like, oh, I think I got him. I'm young, I'm fast, I'm in it. And I remember he grabbed me and he grabbed me. And I remember I couldn't move, I felt stuck. I was like, yo, I gotta get out of this. And I remember him trying to headbutt me and I moved out the way. And I just fear, I got him off me. But it took so much energy out of me to get out of that. And so I remember not having the same energy no more. I remember being I'm speaking it, but I remember being fatigued. Just the strength that he had to grab me and shake me and give me little elbows. And then I saw him try to headbutt me. And I'm like, if he hit me with that, I'm out of here. Because if he hit me with the headbutt, it's probably gonna knock me out, and I don't want to be knocked out. And I remember I just moved out the way and I got out, but I remember being tired. So I remember him coming at me again, and I remember hitting him and trying to use my speed. And I remember him grabbing me again and squeezing me. And it dawned on me oh, his goal now is to wear me out. His goal now is not to beat me up here, but to use brute force to make me fatigued. Because fatigue gives him the advantage. And so I remember him throwing me on the ground, and I remember him trying to stomp me, but my partner, Mel, was like, you ain't about to do that, like fighting fair. And I was so thankful for Mel for that because I really didn't have the energy. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have the energy to protect myself during that stump. Like if he would have bear down on me, it would have demolished me. But my partner Mel was like, we ain't doing all that, like fighting fair. And I remember getting up again and we went into a little mix. And I remember like just taking the last thing that was in my gas tank. And I gotta get his big self up. I know I got it in me. And I remember digging really deep and just, and I remember him pushing me off. And I never forget this lick. That sucker put his head down and just overhand me and hit me straight in my eye. And when I say that lick paused me, when I say that lick it was one of the most scariest licks that somebody could have ever hit you with when they close their eyes, duck their head, and give you everything he got. And man, that lick paralyzed me. It sat me down, it buckled me. And I remember it felt like a lifetime, like I was falling. And I felt like my eye was just that big. And I saw him coming toward me. And for a split second, I said, if you don't get up, he gonna kill you. If you don't get up, he gonna kill you. And I remember just jumping up and just grabbing him with everything in me. I grabbed him and I headbutted him. The same thing he tried to do me. And that's what saved my life. I grabbed him and I headbutted him. Boom. And in jail, people will let you fight. And then I remember people coming like, man, y'all break it up, man. It's all good, man. Y'all break it up, man. Y'all good. Both y'all tripping. And I felt my eye, but it wasn't big, but it just felt like it was thumping. But when I looked at him, I realized he called me all kind of names in the book, but he was holding his eye. And I said, I did just enough to keep him off my ass. I fought him just enough to keep my respect and honor. But I was fatigued. But Trap, what the hell that got to do with financial fatigue? I want you to know that I still saw the end result. I knew that this would cost me everything. To fail here would cost me everything. So I had to see past, watch this, I had to see past the obstacle in the way. I had to see past my fatigue to understand the road to victory was on the other side of him. And so I remember going back to the teen, everybody like, yeah, Juvie, I like that, boy, you got that heart, you got that. I was like, yeah, and I remember getting in my rack like, thank you, Lord. Real talk. We all know like a fight, after it's over, you realize like my neck hurt, my arm hurt, my back hurt, my ears hurt, my jaw hurt, my leg hurt, my foot, everything hurts after a fight when you really got into it. And I remember after the fight, he came to the cell, he was like, say, Juvie, we gotta run that back. I was like, man, whatever, I ain't tripping. And we went back on the yard like a week later, he came up and he was like, I respect you, my nigga, it's all good, you hear me? I just ain't wanna lose. They still lost, but you get it? All right, let me make it more prevalent for you then. Watch this. Let me make it more, let me hit home with it, because maybe that's my story. Let me touch a little bit more for you. The Israelites, when they left Egypt, right? I'm gonna make it real for you. When they left Egypt, watch this. When they was in Egypt, they identified as slaves, but when they left Egypt, they left with silver, gold, and fine linen. Now watch this. They already been promised the promised land. So they already know what the end result is. But here's the thing about knowing what the end result. Where you start at in the end result is two different things from what's in the middle. So if the end result is promised to you and you know where you're starting at, that means you got to have endurance to get through the middle. Now, the thing about being in the middle was they didn't know where the end was. They just had an idea what the end looked like. All right, They didn't know what the end was, but they just knew it was the promised land. But they didn't know what it was going to take to get you there, because sometimes what God will do is he'll tell you where you're going to end at, but he ain't going to tell you what you got to go through to get there. All right. So he'll tell you, hey, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart, but here's what you got to go to get them. Right? Yep, you want to be free? Yes, I'm going to give you freedom. Matter of fact, I'm going to promise you freedom, but here's what you got to go through to get there. And to get through the middle part, you're going to have to be, you might get financially fatigued. You might get fatigued. Now watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you how where you start at is so important, because watch this, where you start at actually, why should I say this? Why should I say this? Why should I say this? I'm going to calm my energy on when I say this part. Where you start at. There's so much trauma, and where you start at, you can't even identify the end, because the beginning has shaped you in a way that you believe that's who you are. Yeah, watch this. It has shaped you in a way that even though you want to get out of Egypt to get to the promised land, because the middle part of it requires so much from you, you'll revert back to the thing you tried to escape from. So you won't even identify with freedom no more, because being in Egypt as a slave feels more comfortable. And what happens is, in the wilderness, the financial fatigue can take its toll. Because in the wilderness, you lose the enthusiasm for the thing you said you wanted, because the flesh has become greater than the spirit. Because your will to succeed has not, watch this, has not impeded on your will to quit. You haven't reshaped internally to, okay, I like this what I'm about to say. You haven't reshaped internally to match who you have to become to get the freedom. So while you saying, yep, I want to make that money in the market trap, I'm going to be a millionaire trap. I'm like, okay, cool. You get a couple of losses, you forget about being a millionaire, and it's better to just work the 9 to 5. You take a couple of losses on a real estate deal, you don't want to do real estate no more, it's better to work the 9 to 5. You take a couple of losses in the future trade, and you don't want to do futures no more, now you go back to the 9 to 5. You take a couple of losses doing options, you don't want to do options no more, I'd rather just work the 9 to 5. See, what happens is, where you start at has molded you so much that the end result, you still see it, but you haven't internalized who you have to become to get on the other side. We talking about financial fatigue right here. Talking about financial fatigue right here. We're talking about the Israelites being in the wilderness, actually saying, Moses, why you brought us out here to die? We could have went back to Egypt. We could have stayed in Egypt. Why you, now hold up, why would you even think that? As a matter of fact, even if you ain't believe nothing else that I said, you was in Egypt as a slave, but they let you go with gold, silver, and fine linen. That's symbolic to freedom. Because I ain't never seen a slave walk around with gold, silver, and fine linen. Now, I told this to Jose the other day, and this really blew my mind. As I was reading that chapter, I said, Jose, something just blew my mind. You know, I like Jose because he'll gas me up. He won't hear what I got to say. He like, tell me. I said, hey, bro, check this out. The Israelites walked in the wilderness for 40 years, Jose. And they left Egypt with gold, silver, fine linen, and livestock. Now, these are all the things that are, watch this, possessions of the wealthy. Okay, hear me here. Gold, silver, fine linen, and livestock. Okay, these are possessions that the wealthy have. Now, watch this. I just want you to watch this. Not one time did we hear about somebody trying to rob them. Not one time did we hear about them being attacked for their possession for 40 years. And you can't tell me that they ain't had pirates robbers and jackers during that time. People were stealing at a high level. People was getting crucified for stealing. People was getting hung for stealing. So you telling me for 40 years, nobody ain't steal no gold, no silver, no livestock, or no fine linen. I said, Jose, even when God promised us something and our heart not developed, he still will protect us in our stupidity. I said, he'll protect us. I said, Jose, I don't want you to go look at the book and prove me wrong. Go look at the word and prove me wrong, Jose. I said, I don't mind being proved wrong. I said, but all the reading I've done, I never heard of nobody going to steal or nobody going to attack or nobody going to rob them of their gold, their silver, their fine linen, or their livestock. Not only did nobody try to rob them, watch this. They was able to reproduce, die off, and pass the inheritance on. Because remember, the book says that all of them didn't make it. Some of the people that was with, watch this, some of the people that was with Moses, some of the soldiers that was with Moses didn't make it to rock with Joshua. And the reason behind that was, watch me here, some of the people who was with Moses, they wouldn't have abided by Joshua's law. Because they were so stuck under Moses. You know how I go. Moses wouldn't have did this. Moses wouldn't have did that. Moses wouldn't have did this. So watch this. Some of the people who wouldn't have been compliant, God got rid of them too. So stop getting complaining when God said, hey, them people right there, they can't go with you. It's a reason why you losing people. You keep trying to fight for the same people God took out your life. And that's why you financially fatigued. Because they still living under the old law. God done protected you with your gold, with your silver, with your fine linen, with your livestock in the wilderness. He's saying they can't go, but you keep saying, I'm going to bring all my people with me. So in this season, we got to work through the financial fatigue. This season, we got to work through the headlines. This season, we got to stop getting caught up in everything that we see on social media that tells us the market going to do this, the market going to do that. What the charts say. The market going to do this, the market going to do that. What's the sentiment in the game? The market going to do this, the market going to do that. None of that matters, family. What's the vision? What's the reason why you started? What's the reason why you said, I'm going to be the one that changed my family dynamic? I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to understand this. There was people that got through the Red Sea but didn't get to see the promised land. There was people that walked through the Red Sea, but didn't get to see the promised land. Now understand something. God said, hey, Joshua, I'm going to be with you the same way I was with Moses. So he split the Red Sea for Moses, but he also split the Jordan River for Joshua. Some people saw the miracle twice. And then he said, hey, drop them 12 stones. So that when you forget, you can come back and remember what I've done. I'm telling you that on your journey, you get so fatigued, just go step on the 12 stones and remember what he got you through. Just go back and look at the 12 stones and remember exactly what he got you through. You got it out the mud, but not the same mud that you got it out of is the mud that you can build on, because now the ground is solid. I got you through it, and I'm going to give you something to remember so that when you get financially fatigued, you can keep the goal in mind. When you get financially fatigued, you can remember the end result that I promised you. When you get the financially fatigued, you can say, hey, I'm still going to possess the land. Fatigue happened to all of us, y'all. Some of us decide to just keep going. Fatigue happened to all of us, y'all. And you know the thing about being fatigued? That's when your enemies talk about you the most. But you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep fighting. I can show you story after story after story. The one I like to go to is Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Every time. Round 15, both of them hot. Both of them tired. Both of them exhausted. Ali get up. He lean on a roach. Joe Frazier can't get up. Throwing the flag. Wave the white towel. He died saying my biggest regret in life was not getting up in round 15 because he was actually winning the fight. Some of y'all give up when you actually winning. The fatigue made you realize that you winning. The fatigue make you think the situation is worse than what it is. The fatigue got you comparing yourself to somebody that don't have nowhere near what you have, but you can't appreciate that you winning. You winning in round 15, but your fatigue said, I'm losing. Your fatigue said, why they got it and I don't. Your fatigue said, all these losses I keep taking. Your fatigue says, I can't do this, not realizing you winning. Your fatigue. Because what happens is fatigue distorts the future. Your fatigue distorts the future. Meaning you tired, so you start seeing a future that's not promised to you. You start seeing a future that you regretted. And then you get to be like Job. Because what Job said, for everything that I regretted, for everything that I did not want to come to pass, it came to pass. That's the part that we keep forgetting about. We keep forgetting that, yes, God blessed Job through everything he went through, but we keep forgetting the part where Job said, everything that I dreaded, my worst nightmares, they came to pass. That means even while he was getting blessed, the trauma of Egypt didn't leave him. He was fatigued. I'm saying the trauma of Egypt didn't leave you in the wilderness so you couldn't see the promised land. Job was already a blessed man. But even in his blessing, his trauma stayed with him. And even though he was able to come through it and fight through it, his fatigue brought on a reality that probably wasn't even in God's plan. But God will give you the desires of your heart. So one part of his heart said, I'm wealthy, I'm good, I'm blessed. And the other part of his heart said, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose my daughters. This might happen to my daughter. This might happen to my wife. This might happen to my riches. This might happen to my wealth. So in this season, we fight the financial fatigue with the promise that was already told to us. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Episode 170. What, Jose? 8? 178, man. Let's go, man.
Woo, that boy had his Wheaties again.
Come on, bro.
Hey, they don't know, bro. Like, we've been rocking since noon.
No, we've been in here since 12 o'clock.
Like noon. And we probably won't lead to, I don't even want to say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put that in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And it's cold outside.
It's cold outside. Girl, who are you?
Hey, that's why I think Boys to Men, they got away with that. Let it snow. Because it's a Christmas joint.
Let it snow.
But it kind of go past. See, Benson was supposed to have the Christmas joint up.
Let it snow. It is.
Now, it's cold.
Come on, Ben. I see you, boy.
It's blazing. Don't start. Me.
So baby, let it snow.
You was real serious with that. That came from your soul. Let's go.
All right, man. So we got a good show tonight, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we do that, man, let's holler at our people. Shout out to Nat. Shout out to Ashley. We appreciate the super chats, Queens. All right, man. Trap, that was fire, fam. Shout out Nate the Great. Shout out Rams Fitness. Shout out Paul Brick. Shout out Troy. Say, bro, don't start going fast. Come on. Shazam was good. Oshai was good. Stoney was good. Drift was good. Nate Higgins was good. Doug Perry was good. Gutter CEO was good. Wallstreet Neil was good. Square Biz was good. Uncle T was popping, family. Mr. VIP was good. Drift was good. Teeth was good. Stu Gotti, I see you. Tori Simmons, I see you. I see y'all, family. Come on, bro. Like, slow it down a little bit. Come on, bro. Jose, how to stop it? All right, Earn So, I see you. No, don't do that.
You got him?
Kimi 305 was good. Belina was good, shorty. Destiny was good, family. Keith Walker was good. Larry Morgan was good. I ain't seen you in a while, family. Will Mack, I see you, man. Davion, I see you. Lily, I see you. Bud, I see you, family. Will Mack, I see you, family. Lone Wolf, I see you, family. Rockstar, I see you. I'm just calling names out. I see y'all. Tamara Buchanan, I see you. Pascal, this ain't AI, dog. Alex, I see you, family. Patreon in the building. Bro, you told me how to stop it, bro. First Gen Millionaire, I see you, family. Carolina Blue, I see you, family. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. All right, I can't do it no more.
Nah, shout out to all the trappers. Make sure y'all share this out. Please.
Shout out to
Please.
the
Let's get
trappers,
it.
man. Bernard, let me ask you a question. Is your video peel and the one Jose got different? Because the squad keeps saying that people asking questions in the one that we sent. And I was like, huh? Yeah, we got to make sure they different, you know what I mean? Shout out to the squad, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. We got to talk about Trump. We got to talk about Trump, more Trump, Apple. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. Shout out to the Patreon family, man. I see y'all, man. I love y'all. Solid Gordon, I see you. The Sip Me, I see you. Stony 214, I see you. Turquoise Thunder, I see you. The Right Trade, I see you. Solid Gordon 900, I see you. Make sure y'all shut this out, man. Make sure y'all shut this out, man. Soldier 777, I see you, man. SME, TJ, what's good, my brother? Chop Fellas, I see you. Freddie Cruz, I see you. I see y'all, man. Don't speed up. I'm just hollering at the people.
It's like, oh, we got him again.
Yeah, don't speed up. Don't speed up. Don't speed up. I just shout y'all out through the... Uncle T said Apple and Trump. Yeah, bro. All right, let's get to it, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight. How you feeling, Jose?
Man, feeling good. You know, just staying warm out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? That I like it when the weather is at least my age. So when it's half my age, I don't like that, bro.
I like it when the weather is my age.
At least my age outside.
At least, how old are you?
I'm up there, 44.
44?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that ain't bad, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? When they get into the halves, though, it's a different level.
Did you cuddle
During the ice?
during the ice?
I had a little cuddle.
I saw some nice.
Yo, that was crazy because that was a real drink, too.
That was a real question, cuz.
Yeah, I did cut a little bit.
Hey, man, STX is up $31 after the bell.
Yeah, that joke. This boy been yelling, screaming, and hollering.
If you in the Patreon right quick, and you, listen to me. Let me say this right quick. If you're in a Patreon and you've been in your bag this week, come on, we've been in our bag the beginning of this year, but we really locked in these last couple plays. If you're in a Patreon, can we get a little fire in the chat? That's all I want to get, a little fire in the chat. I want to get the triple beam and the scale in the chat. If you're in that XTX, you made money USAR, you made money on gold, you made money on silver, you made money. Come on, you in Google. Come on, we in EME. Come on. Come on. Oh, the elite execute. Come on, execution lab in the building, man. Come on. We got a chart. Rob in the building. Rob, you want to do a chart class this Saturday, bro? All right, we're going to do a chart class this Saturday in the elite, in the execution lab. If you're in that tab, so just be on the lookout. You're going to get a chart class this Saturday, man. We bring in a new financial educator, my guy Rob, future specialist.
Future specialist.
He's a future specialist. Yeah, come on, watch the word usage, Jose.
Future specialist.
Future
concierge.
specialist. We're not just calling out numbers. We're not just what y'all call them, ticks. We're not just calling out ticks. We're looking at the NQ. We're looking at the ES. We're looking at gold. We're looking at silver. And we're putting you where you need to be at. We're showing you how to read charts. Shout out my guy, man. If you're in a Patreon, he just got in last night. VCR Rob in the building.
VCR Rob. Hey, yo, that's fire, though. Elite Execution get another call this Saturday. Y'all better go ahead.
Yeah, Elite Execution. That's what we doing.
Y'all
The
better stop
execution lab.
playing.
We got another call. We're going to do another call once a month that's just for charting and trade audits, bro. Once a month. Come on, Jose, you slipping, man. 3,000 people in the chat. Jose slipping,
Definitely
y'all.
slipping.
Flush
Definitely
Jose. Flush Jose. Flush him early.
Flush this early, y'all. Y'all got to petition.
Flush him early.
Good God.
Flush him early.
Shout out
Now,
to
we
the
do got our
3100.
baking soda. Our baking soda right there. That baking soda don't leave. Baking soda don't leave. Triple bean don't leave. All right, man, let's get to it, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. And I'm excited about what we got going on. And I just want everybody to know how much that we just appreciate y'all. And we like just locking in with y'all, having fun with y'all. Love you, man. You are my people, my preacher. Man, I thank y'all for that. That means a lot to me, man. Listen to, I want y'all to know something, man. Man, your boy just be, figuring it out as he go. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. God's still working on me, man. I'm still developing. So, Sir Smith, thank you for that, man. Triple Beam team in the house. I see you. I see you, Brian. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. You can catch Rob in the Patreon. That's why you can catch him at. Stop trying to get my people Instagram and all that so y'all can try to, backdoor.
Right. It's
Maybe we had some
_street
Bro,
_trapper.
We had some
That's
people.
where you
We had
see
some
him at.
people try to backdoor me, dog. Man, of course, as cool as I am, they try to backdoor me, dog.
Oh, word?
Hey, man, I'm talking about, bro. I got the screenshots. They got Rob on the screenshot doing the charts. I said, oh, that's crazy. Damn.
We got to be careful. They're going to post a live
I
of
was like, damn, dog, how you?
YouTube of him doing it.
They was taking the post from the last thing we did and sending it to their group. I'm like, wait, how you gonna send? Wait, what?
Oh, they doing a reaction.
No, yeah. They taking, first of all, you sniping people out the group to bring to your group to talk trash about me, but then to send my information to your group. I say, boy, niggas, bro. But it's all right, though.
How you going to do the bootleg?
But that
people?
ain't all right, but at the same time, that comes with it, bro. And so I appreciate Rob, you know what I'm saying, for just, you know why I appreciate Rob? Because one day Rob came to me, he said, say, bro, check this out. A couple people, and they didn't do it on purpose. They was like, bro, because people just be wanting to connect. He say, bro, people asking for my number, people asking for my Instagram. I just told them, holler at me through Trap. And I said, hey,
There it is.
that's one of them.
There it is.
That's it.
Shout to that he don't know how to work his phone anyway, but still.
He got a VCR. He got a VCR laptop and a VCR phone. Right. Nigga just living
Flip
bad,
face.
bro. That nigga Rob. One thing I like about Rob, we know he's still in 95.
Definitely.
He's still in 95. You know how I know Rob's still in 95? Rob, almost like you, Jose, but when you got a girl, you start switching up. Rob wasn't nothing but George, bro. If that ain't an old school nigga, that's it. Them niggas just love George. Bro, why you wear Jordans all the time? Nah, bro, you not. You stuck in the old way when we used to line up to the store and get the Jordans and skip school. You still in that era. Stop.
Boy, you tucking in your jeans.
Stop.
He got his jeans stuck now.
Look, you skip the first 2 hours of school to get in line for the Jordans. Then you take the shoes off to wear the Jordans to school. To let everybody know, yeah, I was late, but I got them J's.
I got them J's.
Stop playing. I got them J's. Stop playing. And I bought 2 pair. Because that's the limit back in the day. Back in the day, you could only get 2 pair, and you had to have a ticket to get the 2 pair. No more than 2 pair sold. One, they were trying to protect the brand, and the second, they were trying to protect you. Let me stop, man. Let me handle my business, man. Let me get back. All right, man, let's get out. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Let's go. Let's get to it. We got a lot to go. We got a long way to go tonight. All right, let's get to it. First, we're going to start off with look, Ashawn looking like, what? Y'all used to do what? Go to the store and get tennis shoes? Why y'all do that? Yeah.
Y'all just ain't buy them online.
Yeah, you had 2 ways to get it, bro. You either ordered off eBay, huh? Come on. Or you got the catalog, and listen, you coming to school with the catalog
Hey, yo, that East Bay joint, because,
Come on, bro, when you had the catalog, let me see the catalog, bro.
Let me buy them joints.
Boy, don't know nothing about the catalog, bro. and you got the ones you want circle. They don't know about the catalog.
Now you
Let me
taking
see the
it back.
catalog, son. You got the catalog, bro? You're not paying attention to class when the dude got the catalog.
Right, let me see.
You don't care what the teacher's saying. I got the catalog. Huh? What happened in when you,
And don't let her confiscate the joint. Oh,
now you,
man.
now everybody want to fight you. Bro, how you got the log took? Man, why you ain't tell me she was looking? Man, I got the blog took, man. Now you trying to go talk to the teacher. Man, I got her. Man, look, excuse me. You know, look, man, I should not. Can I get it back, my lad? I'm not going to bring it here no more. I'm not going to bring it no more. Come on, man, boy, Sean, you don't know nothing about that, dog.
He said, is catalog a magazine something like?
A newspaper? Man, flush on. Don't you dare disrespect me up there like that. Yeah. Boy, ask what's the catalog? Newspaper. My God.
Oh.
All right, let's get to it, man. Old school right there. Let's get to it, man. All right, I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right, family. All right, so what we got to start off with? Trap on the charts. All right, let's get it. Trapping on the charts. All right. Let's get to it. Let's start off with something. I'm going to start off with something first because I got something important to show y'all. Right? I got something important that I need y'all to see. So we're going to start off this like this. There we go. All right, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get on the charts. Let's talk. Uncle T, we silver surfing, Brody. There you go. My bad.
It's like, oh, okay.
I took it off.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So the first thing I want us to look at, I want y'all to rock with me right here. Right? Because this is going to be important. Huh? Nah, my daughter might call me, man. I don't know, I'm having a, there we go. I'm about to say, I don't know, I wonder what's going on right here. And I got to find my pen, man. All right, so here we go. Let's look at something right quick, y'all, because I think this is going to be important. So the first thing we're going to look at is, I'm going to show y'all. We're going to go dark theme just for y'all. Get that from over there. All right, so the first thing I want us to look at is the dollar. Now, the dollar going to be important for us because we have something, we have now entered a really critical and strategic time. And I'm going to say this, without painting fear in your heart. I'm going to say this because this is of, watch what I'm about to say here, existential urgency. Come on, Sean. Right? I'm going to say this because it's urgent. So what we looking at right now is the first thing I want you to see is this head and shoulders of the dollar that's combined with a double top. Right? I want you to see that. So you got a head. Wait, I'm going to do it like this. Paint it paintbrush out. You got a head. You got a shoulder, head. Right? Everybody see that? Let me know in the chat. We see that. We see that. We see that. We see that. Right? Now, I want to show y'all something, man. So this is today. This huge. This is today. This huge, and I done lost my damn thing. I don't know where it's at. But this huge, I'm going to do it with this. Maybe I could do it with that. Yeah. So this candlestick right there is essential for us. Because that is the dollar now going to a place that hasn't been in a long time. And I tracked it back all the way to 2022. So let me show y'all something. This trend line. First of all, let's look at this turquoise trend line that we have. Right? I want you to look at this turquoise trend line that we have right here. Right? And the reason why, because this trend line is going to take us where we got to go at. So we done broke past a 2022 level. Right? We done broke past a 2022 level. Now, something that was essential, I had this drawn out for a while, is I want you to look at this line. Let me go here to the weekly so we can really see it. I want to show you something. Right? That's our line. Right? I want to show you something. Notice how we have a few areas that are key. Here, here, here. Right? Notice how those 3 times it hit that line, right? It bounced back up. Right? So it hit the line, bounce up, hit the line, bounce up, meaning it's using the trend line as a form of what? Support. Right? And as a trader, when you're looking at a chart, you're going to always tell yourself, yo, what does it do this trend line? Like, this is why it's important for us to use not just one thing, but it's important for us to use several things to help us get the best idea of what's going on. Now, notice this. It hit the trend line, this area, that area, that area. Now, notice this. Now, if you notice back here, 2021, this is COVID. Notice this area is COVID. So let me do this. Let me take this, right? This area, I'm going to change my color to yellow so you can see it. Green, this is COVID. Right? This is COVID. Right? So now, this is the dollar being weak. Now, things happen when the dollar is being weak. When the dollar is weak, that means you and me lose purchasing power. Right? When the dollar is weak, that means me and you lose purchasing power. Okay, I'll do that for y'all. No, I ain't taking that off. I got to use that for something later. You can see it better. You know how you see it better? Look on your screen. You can see it real clear on your screen. Right? You can see it. So I want you to notice something. So here, look what happens when we get to the close to it. I want to show you something that's real important because, watch this. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to draw it in close for you. Notice today it gaps down and breaks the trend line. Now watch this move here. So today alone, look at this. The dollar fell almost 2% today alone. Right? Now watch this. Let's go a little further. Let's go to about right here. right? So now you talking about the dollar not losing. Look at this, y'all. Look at this fall, y'all. Right? And so I want us to understand something. What I want us to understand is a lot of us, like this is one of the most important times for us. And the reason why it's one of the most important times for us is because on top of the dollar losing value, here's something that's about to happen next as well. So we all have heard about the China trade. We already talked about the carry trade. We've already talked about the yen. We've already talked about what Japan is. Not China, Japan. We've already talked about the yen with Japan. We've already talked about like what's going on over there. Did you also know that America just said, yo, we are about to bail Japan out? All right. Now, the reason why this chart is so important is because, remember, as the dollar get weak, you lose purchasing power. As the dollar get weak, you lose money sitting in your savings account. As the dollar get weak, we lose. Now, what happens is America is now going to print anywhere between $20 billion to $100 billion to bail Japan out. Well, they have to bail Japan out. Why, Trap? Well, think about it. There's three ways that this world went. The first way the world went was America decided not to be a manufacturer no more. They decided to be a bully. And so what do bullies do? Just let's be real. America decided not to be a manufacturer anymore. They decided to be a bully, and they decided to be what? The world reserve currency. And so which means we're going to make the world use our currency, and we're going to back our currency with the petrodollar because we've taken ourselves away from the gold standard. Because if you have the gold standard, you can only print as much money as you have gold, right? And let's be real with you. That worked for a long time. Whether you believe it or not, America was able to bully the world for a long time. Why? Because we just simply got more guns than everybody. It's just simple, right? And no matter what you look at, nobody spends as much money on military as we do. So that means we just built like that. Oh, my God, my bad. My bad, y'all. Right? So we just built like that. Now, whether you believe it or not, it just is what it is. And then China, during that same time, said, all right, well, we got to do this in phases. And China played a 30-year game. You know how it go when you winning. When you winning, you just think you're going to win forever. Let's just be realistic. How you think you go in trading? When you win in the trade, you're like, bro, I can't lose a trade. I got high hands right now. It's just going to keep going up. You just got high hands. You feel like that. Winners think they'll never lose. And that's not a bad thing. But some winners also understand, watch this, who the opponents is on the chessboard. The minute you stop realizing who the opponents is on the chessboard, you lose the championship mentality. The minute you keep thinking, man, nobody can mess with me, man, I'm good. One thing you can say what you want to say about Floyd. The one thing Floyd did better than every other fighter outside of somebody like my guy Andre Ward was they never lost respect for the person on the other side of the ring because they knew at any given moment, even Mike, even Kobe, they never lost respect for the other person on the other side, which made them great. Watch this. What did people like Mike Tyson have, Adrian Broner have? They lost respect for the person on the other side of the ring. And when you lose respect for the person on the other side, it actually becomes your biggest weakness. And so what America did, because they knew they had the big gun, because they knew, yo, we making everybody use our dollar, they lost respect for the fact that China was playing a 30 to 40-year game. And the game that they was playing was, hey, watch this, what I'm about to say, they're going to be quick. At the time, like, yo, we can't really beat them in that, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to just sell cheap labor. We're going to become the world manufacturer. And it took them 30 years, 40 years. They've been doing it for 40 years now. And so now when you get to a time where you're like, hey, because watch this, when somebody's underestimating you, that is, so I want you, everybody in the chat, I want you to realize this. When somebody start underestimating you, I want you to say, oh, I got him. When somebody underestimates you, I want you to say, oh, I got them. Because now they so stuck in their boldness and their big-headedness, they forget how the field look. They forget how the field look. And so let me say this right quick, right? America was the bully. China became the manufacturer. And then, watch what I'm about to say here. Japan became the lender to the world. Okay? Japan became the lender to the world. Well, Trap, how did they become the lender to the world? Well, Japan understood that if we keep these rates low, everybody will lend money from us. And so while the whole world was lending money from Japan, what was they doing? They was bringing it to America. And what they was doing, that's where the carry trade came in. That's when I'm not gonna lie, about 3 years ago is when I really started respecting Forex traders. I said, oh, y'all really be getting to it because you trade money. You trading currency. And I'm gonna be real. I realize why the Forex game is the way it is because the hedge funds around the world trade Forex. I'm not gonna lie. I was like everybody else. I was like, man, that Forex stuff is a scam, dog. That shit is crazy. And then once I really start tapping into money, I said, oh, this is the real game right here. Stocks is like, okay, cool. But the bond market and the Forex market, that's why bond traders, people don't talk about it, but bond traders get to a bag. Bond traders get to a bag. Forex traders, you doing it right because that's where currencies, and I didn't realize that. So all my Forex traders, forgive me for my naivety. Come on, I'm back to back with word bags. So you really sleeping on my word bag tonight, bro.
Going. I know the
you really not compliment me on my word bag tonight, and I don't appreciate that, bro.
I'm definitely compliment. I already know the Forex dudes gonna be clipping that piece up already. It's going right on their social.
They deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, because once you really start learning about money, what happens is Instagram alters your perspective on a lot of stuff. And I got to be real. Like when I first got in the game, it was all about stocks. Nigga, stocks. Stocks. And then you start learning about the bond market. And you start realizing one of the greatest traders of all time, the bond king, was all about bonds. One of the greatest traders of all time that people don't talk about. And then you start realizing, like, oh, this is how the money get maneuvered in the Forex game. So anyway, let me back up. Let me go back to what I was talking about. So, somebody said, yep, it's hard to believe. Yep, it's real. So then everybody's getting the money from Japan, bringing it to America, putting it in American assets and American bonds, and then getting the payoff and then splitting the difference. That's the arbitrage. Splitting the difference and saying, hey, I'm going to pay this off to Japan and I'm going to pocket this bread. Well, that worked for 30 years. But the whole while, you not realizing. So first what America did was JP Morgan was really amazing because when Europe got in trouble, JP Morgan stepped in, help them out. And that's why America became the financial capital of the world. Because they helped Europe out. They gave them a big loan. JP Morgan did it. That's how he came like, yep, I got him. JP Morgan did it. And then when he took over General Electric, took it from what it was called, when Thomas Edison had it, Edison Electric, when he bought that from him, that's how he changed the game. That's how really JP Morgan changed the game. They got Edison Electric, bought all the shares, turned it to General Electric, or what we have today, and then he had the massive deal where he helped put the money together to help the EU out when they was going to war. That changed the game. That changed the game. So we got to learn how the money game even evolves. And I know I'm getting into something different, but I just want y'all to understand where we at. And so what happens is now over a 30-year time span, everybody getting this free money from Japan. Everybody getting this free money from Japan because we get to get the Japanese bond. We get to get the loan from Japan at 0% or low 0%. We get to get that money, put it in the American market. Why? Because the American market is where wealth is made at. Because they done took over the money from who? From the EU. They're like, nope, y'all getting money from America. So America had this stronghold. That's why when you look at all them old American pictures, you see all the people in the streets, after the war and all that. Like, we would never do that today. But it was reason because America was proclaiming dominance on the world. We ain't that America no more. And the players on the chessboard have changed. And so what you see happening now is, you seeing now, watch this, I'm about to tell you something so I'm going to tell you how Trump helps America and hurts America, whether you believe it or not. One, you needed somebody, how am I going to say this? You needed somebody that was willing to do the dummy moves, for back of letter words, the bold stuff. You know why? Because America see the board shifting, and you need somebody, we call them crash dummies in the street, right? You need a crash dummy. You need somebody that's willing to do what the normal politician won't do. And that's do the crazy stuff we see happening on TV, the egregious stuff that's happening on TV. Not the ICE stuff, but the stuff with the other countries. Hey, we're going to put tariffs on you. I want you to understand this, and I want you to understand this from the bottom of your understanding. There's nothing that a president can do on his own without somebody else saying, hey, go with it. I want you to understand this. I want you to understand this. There is nothing, because watch this, no one is bigger than the system. Nobody bigger than the system. And so you gotta have a give and take. Notice, every time he won an election, who did he win it against? Think about this for a second. Every time he won an election, who did he win it against? A woman. Now, I'm not here to tell you nothing crazy. I'm just saying to tell you that the America that has been established is not ready to see a woman, white or black, run this country. So you don't put him up against another man. You don't put him up against somebody who, because watch this, because America itself is a male ego-driven economy. Watch this, the male ego will vote for a man that he does not like before he vote for a woman. Now, I want you to get your feelings out and say, like, I'm not saying she wasn't ready. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she wasn't worthy. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying if you look at where we are today, America is a male-dominated thing. Think about this. Think about what I'm about to say right quick. Watch this. Just hear me when I say this. Hear me when I say this. America gave the black male, watch what I'm about to say here. America gave the black male rights before he gave it to the white woman. Y'all not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. The whole reason you had a feminist movement because white women said, hey, y'all got us messed up out here. Nah, I'm not playing a racial game. I'm saying that the American economy is so male-driven, they would vote for, they gave the black man rights before they gave it to the white woman, bro. Now, check me out. Check me out. It's not saying that she wasn't competent to be the president. It's saying they will vote for him before they will vote for her, even if they probably thought that she was smarter. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that's how the male ego is. And so the new America is like, nah, bro, like a woman can do this and that. We ain't tripping. Like, bro, let her do what she do. She can play basketball. She can play football. We see women doing all kind of dope stuff now. But when you get into like the higher things, like we don't be tripping on it, but at a higher level, they haven't evolved there yet. On our level, we like, nah, bro, like she can run a company. I ain't tripping. Like, let her do what she want to. Nigga, she good. If she get out to the Super Bowl, get her up. You feel me? Hey, she can get out to the Super Bowl, let her run that joint. We ain't tripping. But at a higher level, at the elitist level, they haven't evolved that much yet. Their ego hasn't allowed them to say, bro, I'm straight on that. That's all I'm saying. Ladies, I'm not saying, I think you're capable. As a matter of fact, it is said, watch this, there's a stat that says that actually women are better than men with money. That's a stat, that's a statistic. Until you get to a different level, the evolution of being able to say, man, she probably can run this joint. They ain't there yet. So anyway, let me get back to what I was going to. I don't want to get stuck there. So now what happens is China has now, over the last 30 years, watch this, over the last 30 years, they have put themselves in position to be, watch this, the manufacturer of the world. All right, so how did they do that? Well, they started training skills on manufacturing, right? From everything, from iPhones and everything. And what America started doing was, watch this, they started saying, yo, we don't even, watch this. They started sending jobs to China because we got what? Greedy. Right? Because wealth became, nobody saw 30 years down the line. Nobody saw 50 years down the line. Nobody saw that, hey, we give all our jobs away to China, we're going to start having to depend on them, right? Nobody saw that fall down the line. You know what everybody kept saying? Boy, we making some money. That's what happened with greed. Hey, we making some money. Hey, we making money hand over fist. I'm the richest man in the world. I'm the second richest man in the world. I'm the third richest man in the world. I got millions. I got billions. I got this. I got that. And we shipping jobs overseas. So what happens is America becomes now dependent on outside infrastructure. But what we did spend a lot of money on was what? Guns. That's what we spent. Listen, that's what we spent the most money on. We stopped spending money on infrastructure and we start spending money on guns. Because in our mind, we thought that as long as we the muscle, we can keep this whole thing under control. But nobody thought about that. Yo, at some point, Nas made a statement that was really good. He said, the strong rule the weak, but the wise rule the strong. So at some point, the brute force gonna get laps running around it by intelligence. Man, they ain't with me right now. Right? Right? Now, I'm just here to talk about this for a second. At some point, and so here's we are in a time where now America, and even though I live in America, and I'm American, I probably ain't gonna never go move to China or none of that. So we gotta figure out how to survive here. Watch this. We gotta figure out how to survive here as the gap between the have and the have-nots keep on getting bigger. Right? So I'm not here to say, listen, I for a fact understand that I love the fact I think that women are brilliant at a high level. I think we have evolved in a way to where women say, yo, I don't want to be in a house no more. I can go make as much money as you. I can go learn as much as you. And let you know what? Half the people I cheated on in school was women. I never cheated off my homies. I always cheated off the pretty girl page. Say love. Fairly decent dude, was making a couple dollars, always had some fresh kicks. That allowed me the opportunity to do what? Cheat on your page. Come on, I got you. What you want, McDonald's? This one, McDonald's was probably healthy. This one when McDonald's was healthy.
When it was just potatoes.
This one with chicken nuggets was real chicken.
Real chicken.
This one with French fries was real Idaho potatoes.
Potatoes.
This is when cold drinks did not have high fructose corn syrup. This is that era. We didn't have all the artificial and all that. No, it was real beef patties from grass-fed. You feel me?
Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions.
Yeah. Say, look. I got you. Food truck, McDonald's. Come on. This is when Happy Meals was really like it, when we got them for the toy. Come on.
Really happy.
It's really happy. This is when a Hamburglar had his own commercial. Stop playing. Right? So I believe in the brilliance of our women today, of all colors. Okay, so let's go a little further. Y'all with me on this? We trapping or we trapping? We trapping? All right, cool. So here's what happens. So now what happens is Japan now said, okay, our economy is crashing right now. And the only way to, because no matter what situation is, you got to go to what? Save yourself. And so now Japan, save yourself, put everybody in what? Defense mode, because now everybody that was getting the free money now got to say, hey, I got to come up off this because now the investment ain't worth it no more. Because now the investment I was getting 4, 5, 6, 7% on because I had 0% interest. Now the interest is going up and this investment ain't as attractive no more. Right? And so now what happens is Japan, under so much drama, now and trauma, and the economy is about to crash, and it's horrible. Remember, Japan's GDP is 250. That means if they made $1 trillion, they still 250 something in the hole. That means that is bad for them. That means they're bringing in that much, they have that much more debt than they have what? Money coming in. Now, we at 120, but they at 250. That's horrible. That ain't the pot calling the kettle black. That's the kettle being like, damn, you black. Right? Now just walk with me as we walk on the journey, because this is important for us to understand. And I'm saying all this because I need us to understand that now investing and trading is non-negotiable. It's financial suicide if you don't. I'm saying all that to get us here. It's financial suicide if you don't. And the reason why is because if we go back to the screen and see how much the dollar is crashing, we haven't been to this level since 2000. I'm telling you that if we don't take this serious, you're going to be working more jobs. And first of all, we got to put this in our brain. They got AI that's taking jobs. So when they take the job ain't coming back. And so now you work in 2 and 3 jobs to equal what you was getting at one job for some people. And the money still ain't adding up. So now you get what? Financially fatigued. So now you got to start doing things. It's time for you now to become, watch this, y'all, financially savvy. It's time for you to become financially savvy. I'm not saying quit your job. No, here's what you need to do. You need to keep that job, because now that job is an important source of income. So I'm going to be real with you. I be telling all my people, bro, don't quit the job, fam. Don't quit the job to try to become a full-time trader. Watch this, because you don't need to be a full-time trader. Because when trading ain't right, I don't care who you is. I don't care how phenomenal you try to be. Every trader going to go through a situation where, damn, bro, I'm just in a slump right now. I'm just in a slump right now. Like, for whatever reason, and what happens is you can still have that job to do what you need to do. So listen to me. Right now, it's not the time to be saying, I won't quit my job and be a full-time trader. No, what you need to be doing is saying, hey, let me cut some of my expenses so I have more money to trade with. Oh, come on. They missed that bar. They missed that bar. They missed that bar. They missed that bar. Right? You so gun-ho about I want to quit my job when you not realizing the environment that we are in. You keep thinking, no, I'm going to be real with you. If you quit your job to become a full-time trader, you actually going to make more mistakes, because your job is the reason why you ain't sitting in front of the screen all day. Because guess what? Sitting in front of the screen all day for a man is like looking at the beautiful woman that's tempting, but she's sitting right in the corner. You look at her, but eventually you're going to be like, hey, shh. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. What's your name is? And the minute you say that, it's done. For a woman, it's like looking at your favorite makeup or your favorite lingerie or your favorite glass of wine. Because y'all got different. See, for men, we simple. For women, it's a variety of things. It could be wine, it could be makeup, it could be perfume. Men, we could be musty. We don't care about none of that. How she look?
A bag.
A bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to look at it for so long before you tip. So what happens is if you quit your job to be a full-time trader, actually, watch this. Your job is what's keeping you from blowing that account. Your job is what's keeping you from blowing that account because you know them people don't want you on that phone. So them 3-4 hours where you sneaking and not being on is making you leave a trade alone. It's making you not look at trades that ain't there, and now you just, every setup look like the setup you supposed to be using. No, that ain't it. It's a fake out. But you don't see it like that. You know what you keep saying? Man, the job getting in my way. No, the job really saving a lot of y'all. Because without the job, guess what? You going to be a bum. Yep. Without the job, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be homeless. Because you're going to start treating the market like the casino. And you know how many, see, people don't talk about this. You know how many people broke because of the casino? All right, let me get to it. All right, let's go a little further. So then what happens is, so now Japan, because they're raising the rates, now people got to do what? We got to sell American assets. So this is why crypto is really taking a beating right now. It's because it's the first thing that's going to go because we're going to do it in line. Now, I'm not saying that crypto is not a good asset. I'm saying when people get in retreat mode, they retreat to the thing that's the most riskiest first. When people get in retreat mode, remember, we not the ones that's moving crypto like that. It's the big institutions. For all my crypto people that feel like it's, man, the banks can't do this. Who you think got the, go look at the whole while JP Morgan then was saying, don't buy crypto. Guess what they was doing? Buying billions of crypto. The same when Citibank was saying, oh, no, we ain't doing this. Guess what they was doing? Buying crypto. The same way when BlackRock was saying, no, guess what Larry Fink was doing? Buying crypto because they see the future too. We be thinking, oh, we just so brilliant. No, they see it too. You know why? Because power don't like leaving power without a fight. The idea that you had in the beginning was probably right. Yeah, it's deregulated, But the minute JP Morgan said, yep, give me $5 billion. And the BlackRock said, yep, give me $10 billion. And the minute they start saying, give me a Bitcoin spot ETF. The minute they start saying, yep, you can put this in your 401k. They infiltrated the system. They infiltrated the system. And so the risky, I'm not saying crypto, I got 6 figures in crypto, but I understand that it's a risky asset. I'm not tripping, but once you start saying, I'm like, bro, I love it. I ain't tripping. Like, I'm good with it. But you start realizing they're going to get off what's risky first. So what they do, they sell the crypto. That's why crypto can't take a break. But every asset go through this. So it's going to pop when things stabilize. It's going to blow. It's going to pass 200,000. I believe it. But it got to go through this cycle until the world finds some type of stability somewhere. Until somebody say, hey, there's a new number one here, or China or Japan done got what it has. So first thing they do is all right, we got to sell this crypto right quick because we need what? We need liquidity. 4K in the chat, Jose. Come on, you slipping.
Bro, first off, you cooking. Second
it don't matter. Don't matter how much we think. I don't know what that means. I'm thinking you saying 4 horsemen or something. I don't know what that means.
You don't interrupt.
You don't see what the lady been saying on. If you see this, you mean you in danger. I'm thinking you all right. I'm looking like he all right. He good.
You don't mess up a cook moment, a cook session. You know how your mama be in the kitchen cooking? You don't go in there and be like, let me get a taste. Nah.
All right. So watch this. Let's go a little further. Your Bible says, man, shut up. All right, so watch this. Let's go a little further. And so now, the next thing they got to do is now once we sell some crypto, that's why you see crypto in the space is in, but it's still moving, but it's kind of stuck where it was. The next thing we got to do is now start selling U.S. treasuries. So now what Japan got to do now? They got to sell these treasuries. Why? Because they're like, bro, it's either me or you. Now everybody in save themselves mode. So because everybody in save themselves mode, America got to do what? Save Japan. You know why? Because they can't afford for Japan, who owns over right now had about $900 billion in U.S. debt. The only person had more debt than that was the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the biggest buyers of U.S. debt. So it's like owing your first cousin money. I'm not going to lie. Like, I can owe George some money or he can owe me some money. I'm not going to really trip. I'm not going to press him for it. I don't think he's going to press me for it. Like, hey, bro, you owe me some money, dog. And if worst came to happen, I'm like, bro, I don't even want the money. Nigga, give me 200 push-ups and say animal sounds while you do it. That's more humiliating to him than me getting the money. And we do it all the time. Like, I don't want the money, bro, but hey, give me 100 cow sounds when you do that, dog. Now I just want you to look foolish. I'm going to record you while you're doing it. Moo. Yep. Got him. Yep. And while you at it, give me 50 snake sounds. Yeah, go what you doing? Yep, I want to hear it. Yeah. Now give me 25 ducks. Quack for me. Quack, nigga. Quack. Quack, quack. I love it. I get to show it to him when I'm 65. The money, we gonna blow it. So that's what the Federal Reserve on the United States money is like. But because they never, even though it's a separate entity, it's still tied to the same tree. So you're never gonna do nothing to kill your own self. But guess what happened if Japan and China do it? Guess what? Hey, I need that money, partner. So now what happens is, so what America has to do is they got to step in and help Japan. You know why? Because they don't want Japan to sell what? Them bonds. So guess who they going to take it out on? Me and you. So when they go print another 20 billion or 200 billion, remember, they print that money out of thin air. They just go into the machine and say, yep, print it. So when they print the money, guess what happened? Your money done lost some more value. So now you see the dollar down to 95. Don't be surprised if it go down to 93. We in that type of time, y'all. And so when you hear Trump say, hey, yeah, we're going to give every American $4,000 extra dollars. Because they took your money. They were supposed to give you that last year, but they took your money and said, hey, let's invest it for the year, and then we'll give it to them next year because we got to go make some more money. I'm not saying this from an emotional perspective. I'm saying this is the time where you got to say, hey, as an American, unless you plan on just going to move somewhere else, like you plan to go move in the UAE or something like that, I ain't mad at you. But for me, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. The first thing I might do is go move to Florida. I ain't going to Cali. That's too far. The time change is going to mess me up a whole while, and I love it out there. I'm going to go right there to Florida somewhere. Sunny Isles, Miami, West Palm. Low taxes, weather is good. It's still the hours are still the same. I ain't going nowhere far. And so now what happens is that money that they printing now hurts you and me. And the only way that we combat that is by learning how to buy these assets. If not, that financial fatigue gonna whip your tail. And I can promise you, none of them ain't come and save us. Now I looked at the dollar. I want to look at this right quick. And then we're going to get to what we got to get to. My bad, y'all. I know I went on a rant. I apologize for what we had going on. Sometimes I just get like that. How y'all feeling in the chat? All right. So first thing let's look at is this. Let's look at this silver, y'all. Me and Rob was looking. As soon as Rob came in, he was like, hey, bro, you seen that move? I'm like, what move? He was like, that silver. I was like, huh? Sean walked in. Hey, you saw that silver move? I was like, what move you talking about, bro? Like, I'm doing something else. They futures junkies, you heard me? They future out. I'm like, bro, I ain't see the nigga market close. I ain't looking at that number. STX right now. That's all I'm looking at. STX. But let's look at this futures move. Look at this futures move, y'all. Look at this. This is what we know. I had this thing marked out way up. Look at this crazy. I had this thing marked out way at $49. At $49, I had this thing marked out. I think it's 112. The after hours, it made a crazy move. And I'm about to tell somebody something. Somebody need to hear this. Somebody need to hear this, what I'm about to say. Somebody need to hear what I'm about to say. Now, I know somebody going to probably, soon as silver pull back a little bit, guess what they're going to say? Man, look at Trap told y'all to invest in that silver. That nigga dumb. George, can you give me some ice, brother? I appreciate you, cuz. So I'm going to just say this to you. There's a change in, watch what I'm about to say. Finally, Ray Dalio been saying this for 75 years now, pissing me off. I'm going to say something too, right quick. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm about to say something. I'm going to get back to my rant. I'm going to get back to this gold and silver. I'm going to say something. The culture messed with everybody, and the news messed with everybody who was attached to Diddy. Everybody that said something about Diddy. Everybody from that interview did it. But ain't nobody say nothing about Ray Dalio when he went to Diddy house and sat down with him for 2 hours and did that interview. Not one person brung Ray Dalio's name up. Y'all know who to play with. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to let y'all do what y'all do. I ain't going to say nothing about it. I'm going to go about my business because I don't want no smoke. But I'm going to say y'all know who to play with. Everybody, for some reason, y'all got mad at everybody that did something with Diddy. Y'all got mad at everybody that did something with Diddy, said something about Diddy. Y'all had everybody in the black culture backpedaling. And I ain't never went to no Diddy party. I ain't never did this. Ain't nobody messed with Ray Dalio, who got out his truck, walked in that house, opened them doors up, and sat on that couch for 2 hours while Diddy was writing down, acting like he was his mentor. Ain't nobody tell Ray Dalio nothing. Not a headline, not a YouTube. Y'all know who to play with. Y'all, I don't care. Ain't nobody tell Bridgewater Investment nothing.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Say what you want.
Some other time.
Say what you want. Say what you want.
I really need this.
I ain't see not one black gossip page. I ain't see no shade room page. I ain't see no baller alert page. I ain't see no YouTube internet pages. I ain't see TMZ. I ain't see whatever they is. The gossip, the bossip, the blissip, the housewives. I ain't see nobody tell Ray Dalio nothing. And he sat on that couch for 2 hours. At his house. Pulled up. Ain't nobody tell Ray Dalio nothing. Not a nothing. Not a nan nothing. Not a nothing. Not a money, power, respect. I want the money and the power. Ain't nobody tell Ray not a nothing. Ray still making videos talking about the changing world order. He sat on that couch for 2.5 hours. The video got millions of views the first day. We all watched it. And we all say, damn, bro, I ain't never seen Diddy that locked in like that. Damn, bro, that was a cold-blooded video. Ain't nobody tell Ray nothing. All right. Anyway, I believe in my heart of hearts, as long as, so China did something that was amazing. Here's what they did. I don't know if they planned this out, but you always look like a genius after it's done. Everything that we need in this AI, robotics, everything that we need now, and here's why silver, so here's what I'm saying. The gold is the protection from the dollar. So I want us to understand why these two things are surging the way they're surging, right? To say, hey, bro, no, nobody ever say not nah, nutter. Like you, Trap. Watch this. Gold and silver are surging for two completely different reasons. Gold, silver, and copper are surging for completely different reasons. Gold is surging because the dollar is falling, right? And because the dollar is falling, we've always tied the dollar to the gold. We always looked at it like that. But you notice, even when periods when gold was moving, silver never moved. But notice the last 2 years, 3 years, it started gaining momentum, but in 2 years, it started going parabolic. Here's why. Because now what they wasn't telling us and what they saw before, we were looking at it like, damn, why is silver running like that? But what we didn't realize, and I've been putting this on YouTube for a minute now, is everything AI, everything robot, everything computer, everything electronic has silver in it. Right? So everything that we use has silver in it. Well, Trap, why it wasn't running back then? Because it ain't like it's now. Well, what happened was, the world started realizing, here's how you know panic started kicking in. They started realizing, wait a minute. China has most of the processing for this. See, again, watch this. You don't realize you having one of them. You know you done effed up, don't you? No, you done messed up, don't you? I said 7:45. I mean 7:35. No, you done messed up, don't you? That's the moment we having. The moment you have because you start to realize, wait a minute. Even though we got the big guns, guess what? The silver is in that too. The silver is in the satellites that we got to use to keep us as the big dog. The silver is in the defensive drones that we're using to keep us as a big dog. The silver is in all the electronic material we're using to keep the General Dynamics and the Lockheed Martins and the Northern Grumman's and the Cake Toasts and all the things that we need to keep us with the big guns. Guess what? We got to go to our number one enemy, because they do the processing. Because what you got to think about is silver isn't a product itself, it's a byproduct of other things. And so because we don't have the processing, we got to ship it over to them. And so that China like, yeah, it's all good. Nah, it ain't worth nothing, right? Nah, it's all good. We're gonna beat y'all on the other stuff. But wait, hold up. Because everybody realized the world was shifting at the same time. Like, wait a minute. This is like 5 years ago. Like, wait, it's shifting. Okay. This is interesting. But you know what happens is, watch this, when you got so much stuff going on at one time, it's hard for you to focus on, because watch this, you still trying to be the bully. So you still trying to put a military base here. Because when you the bully, guess what you got to do? You got to bully all the time. Because somebody always throwing rocks at the bully. My cousin was in the army. Cuz, do America always got to go set something somewhere to like, oh, we gotta defend this. And you be like, hey, why America getting all in people's business? Because that's what bullies do. So if you go look at the map and say, yo, how many, what would you call it, cuz? Not embassies. What would you call it, like, when America got to go set up some, what it is? Outposts. We got more outposts than anybody in the world. This is why we spend so much money on defense. We spend about almost $1 trillion on defense. We spend more money than anybody on defense. Why? Because in order to stay the bully, you got to spend money on guns. But the problem now is when your guns now need silver. And the silver is processed by your number one enemy. And you already go to them for manufacturing and everything because you don't manufacture nothing. Now you got to get the same guns that you want to fight them with. Wait a minute. That's a problem. And so now you start saying, hey, I got to go buy USAR. I got to get in MP. So now the processing companies that's in America, you got to say, hey, y'all of strategic importance. So I got to, put money in y'all so that you can do what? Build up. Because we don't want to rely on them no more. But guess what? Them processing units, I build plants for a living. The average plant gonna take about 2-3 years to get built. And that's a Shell, Chevron, or Exxon. When you talk about a processing unit, you might be talking about 5 years. And the whole while, you now got to get the intelligence to do that. This is why China can build a bridge in 72 hours. How long it take us to build a bridge? I don't know, just look in your city. All right, let's get to it, man. All right. So anyway, my game plan is this. I truly think that gold and silver will go through cycles, but it will keep outperforming the S&P 500. For sure this year. For sure this year. I truly believe that because what happens is, as America goes through what it goes through, because right now what we doing as America and as a country, I don't care what the news tell you, you got to remember our news is designed to manipulate us. Our news is also, I remember somebody that helped me build my business. Her name was Johanna. Man, I remember she told me something so fire one day. She was in the military and she worked for cybersecurity. She did cybersecurity at Verizon, Jose. And she also did it in the military. I remember one time she told me this and I never thought about it. She told me a while back, she said, you know that America has to lie to the people to keep the people calm. I said, what? She was like, because if America doesn't lie to the people, it's called some word she said in the military that they use. And it's because if you give the people the information, it's kind of like you're on an airplane. If the airplane going down, all the while it's going down, it's going to tell you what? Stay calm. We got it under control. Even though you look out the window, you're like, hey, bro, we going down. That's the common sense. The common sense is, hey, this thing about to crash. Lord, the Lord is my shepherd. But the pilot got to say, hey, we going to be all right. Put your mask on. Don't try to save your kid. And so what happens is you don't want to cause mass panic. So because you don't want to cause mass panic, you can't say, hey, we in hell and high water right now. And so they're trying to figure it out. And so what happens is, so for us as America, you got to kind of look outside and remember. So let me say this, and this is one thing I learned when I was watching Ray Dalio, and I hope y'all not getting bored. I hope we giving y'all information. I hope I'm telling the story the right way so y'all can get it. And then we're definitely going to get into the charts. Get into some more stock-related information. But you got to remember this. Sometimes you got to turn the TV off and go find other sources. And that don't mean even go looking at TikTok and YouTube. It's like go and dig deeper. And the one thing that I know for sure that always tells the real story is the markets. The markets tell the real story. What do you look at? Well, first you look at currencies. Then you look at bonds because interest rates around the world are going to tell you who doing what. So you look at the American interest rates, you look at European interest rates, you look at Japan, and then you start saying, okay, well, that's cool. That's the next thing I need to look at. Okay, let me look at the markets. What are they doing? And then let me look at the futures and see what they're doing. Okay, let me read financial publications. Let me read because financial publications, not CNBC, not stuff like that. I'm talking about real financial publications that talk about, start looking at the world part of the newspaper. And if you are stable enough, if you're stable financially, go travel to another country to see, okay, I see what's going on right here. Okay, because you'll realize that, hey, there's stuff going on everywhere. All right, so let me go a little further than that. And so I truly believe that gold and silver will keep going up, but they're going up for different reasons. They're going up because gold is people hedging against the dollar because the whole world looks for safety. Because everybody had their money in the U.S. market because it was the best markets in the world. Well, Trap, why do you think the market is about to go against gold and silver and the U.S. dollar? Well, watch this. If you pay real close attention, this is why I say the markets is good. Go look at how emerging markets are outperforming the United States market. Go look at how the Chinese stock market is doing. Go look at how other stock markets are doing compared to the American stock market. And here's a couple you go look at. I think it's I'm going to give y'all a couple right quick to go look at. Because I was watching it today and I was like, bro, I'm about to start putting us in some emerging market trades. You can go look up EEM. Go look that up. Go look at EEMV. Go look that up. Right? EEM, that's the emerging markets ETF. And as of today, it's up 8%. Year to date. Right? This is how we know. Right? This is how we know. Right? I think another one is EOV. Damn. All right, another one is IEMG. Year to date is up 8%. Right? These are emerging market ETFs. Right? You can go look up VWO. Watch this. Year to date is up 3%. That's Vanguard. Right? You can go look up VEA is up 6%, 7% year to date. Well, Trap, why did you make me look those up? Well, if you look those up, watch this. If you look those up in the last 5 years, you'll be like, bro, the American stock market is killing that. But if you look it up the last 2 years, you'll be like, wait a minute, they outperforming the crap out of the United States. And so what is that telling us? That is telling us that money is leaving out of America, the safe place to build wealth, and going into other markets because no one wants pure exposure to American markets, because it's not saying they lost faith in America. It's saying there's a better investment than America. Who gonna give more gain than us right now, man? Come on, man. This ain't about this is about giving us gain. Right? So it's not saying that you lost faith in America. It's all about saying, yo, remember this, y'all. All right, we're going to get into it. Remember this, though, y'all. I want y'all to remember this, and I want y'all to remember this well. The wealth game don't care about favoritism. The wealth game don't fall in love with no investment. It fall in love with who can give me the best return. Come on, bro. We spitting bars tonight.
Hey, no more C4 for you.
Bro, we spitting bars tonight. That's George said that. That's George.
No C4 for you. We still in the chart.
Whoop-de-doo.
Still in the charts.
Right? But there's no, and that's all that's saying. So when you asking Trap, how do I know? The markets never lie to us. Right. The markets never lie to us, bro. Come on. Reach, I teach. You reach, I teach. The markets never lie to us. So all we got to do is really say, yo, let me just pay attention to the market. And watch this. Let me not look at the market for greed, but let me look at the market for instructions on where to put my money at. So I'm in a Patreon. They like, Trap, man, what we doing in NVIDIA? I'm like, bruh, the market not rewarding NVIDIA. The market is, watch this. The market is shifting toward memory, equipment, metals, defense. That's what we going at. So we got an NVIDIA play, but we like, all right, bro, like, you know, hopefully you do what you do. We got you till May or April or something like that, but I'm not going to dump money in NVIDIA right now. Whatever I got in it, I got in it. But the market showed me we like MU, we like Google, we like KLAC, we like ASML, we like STX. This is what we like. So watch this. I'm about to show you something. I'm about to tell you something that's real good. Leaders don't lead forever. There's always a Joshua after Moses. God, if I used that wrong, forgive me. It jumped in my mind. I brought you back to the forefront. That's all. There's always a Joshua after. Leaders don't lead forever. Even Mike had to retire. No matter what you say about Brian or not, guess what? He's amazing for his era, but guess what? Boy, it's a young boy in Oklahoma City going crazy right now. That's going out of here. Can't stop him. That boy in Minnesota, and Edwards, out of here. There's new leaders that got to emerge. Apple led the game for how long? Apple today take the poverty away. Guess what? It's still a phenomenal company, but guess what? NVIDIA can't smoke them in 2 years. $5 trillion. What's up? What we doing? So it ain't on us to be stuck on, I'm going to keep building in NVIDIA. Stay there. Your money ain't, watch this. Now you got money tied up in a place where it shouldn't be at, and now you're looking at everything skyrocket, but because you tied up in NVIDIA, you're like, bro, I got to get my money. You're a trap buyer. It's okay you get trapped sometimes, but to stay there is a decision. All right, let's go further. Let's go a little further. All right. Jose, let's look at recession portfolio. Let's get to it. How we feeling in the chat, man? 4,200 in the chat. Can we get the 5,000 tonight? Jose, can we get the 5,000?
I think we can, bro.
Can we get the 5,000 tonight?
I think this is...
Come on. I got a story to tell. I flipped flows for you, kicked down doors for you, even left all my... Come on.
Picture that with a Kodak. It's the Mattack.
All right, so here we go, man. Before we do this, man, let me ask you a question. Do we have a spot? I want to start giving highlights on the show of people that's in the Patreon. Do we have a Patreon spotlight? Did Steve send that? Tell Steve send that before this show over. I sent it to him. I sent it to him. Let me see. Let me see if I sent it to him. Let me see if I sent it to him. Let me do this right quick. Right? All right, tell Steve, make that a Patreon spotlight for tonight. All right, here we go. So here's our players we made. Right, here's some plays that we made. All right, so the first play we made is, the first play on the list is Costco. I'm not going to lie, man. Like, I still feel good in this play. We not down much. I think the play is only down. Let me look at it right quick. The play is only down 10%. Not mad at it, right? Somebody said something the other day, Jose, and it was kind of crazy. They said it was in one of my comments. They was like, man, you know, Trap a real dude. I like what he do. The only thing I don't like about Trap, man, is, you know, Trap will get a Goldman Sachs play, or Trap will get a Costco play, and if the play go negative, he just cut the play and be like, all right, we on to the next. Bro, regular people don't got no money to be losing money on no Costco or no Goldman Sachs. And in my mind, I say, bro, if you know you can't afford it, don't get in that play. Wait to get in the play that you can afford. And I always say this in the group. If you know that this play is going to cause any type of mental anxiety, don't get in it. If this play requires more than 30% to 40% of your account, don't get in it. You know why? Because if you get in it and you see one red candle, guess what you're going to do? Nervous system fried. And every candle against you, you're going to just be like, oh, man. So don't get in it. It's okay to just sit on the sideline. But you know why you get in it when you know you can't afford it? Because you greedy. And you don't feel like a play going to come and you don't want to miss out.
You see all the other wild dogs running.
And I don't even think this person is in the Patreon. I think this somebody that just watched Trappin' Tuesday. Because I didn't see the name. So I don't even think this person was in the Patreon. I think it's somebody that watched Trappin' Tuesday. Because people in the Patreon, they be like, bro, they be like, damn, Trappin', I won't take that L right there. Guess how they be though? I'm going to get my lick back later on. Mm-hmm. That's how the Patreon be like, I'm going to get my lick back. Like right now, I'm kind of like, we got a meta play. We like, I'm holding them back. They're like, hey, I'm waiting for Trap, say it. Like, what's the purpose Trapper having them goons if you ain't gonna let them goons get enough water? I'm like, hey, y'all, I want my lick back too. Cause I ain't never had a play drop $100 on me after earn. Like, I feel some type of way about that. And I'm fighting myself internally not to play meta earnings tomorrow. But I promise you, bro, like, I'm like 70-30, like, bro, I need some of it back, bro. You dropped you cost me $150,000, bro. You cost me $150. And then you want rally right now, you want rally after my play get exited. Like, you tripping, bro. Like, you cost me $150. You drop $100. We was moving up. We came up. We was up $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 going to earnings. You the one gonna tell us, oh yeah, we had to spend $51 billion on a one-time. Bro, why you ain't tell us? Yeah, I feel some type of way about that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You cost me $150. Then you double down. You start talking about you spending billions of dollars. Bro, you already lost. Like, don't even double down on the tax with the more money to spend. What you doing? So now you go from $750 to now you go to $585. Bro, you cost me $150. And speaking of that, Jose, do we got a thing from Malik? We got any video from Malik this week? No. I just want to say something on record right now. All y'all was laughing at Malik last week. Malik served $70 since last Tuesday. I'm talking about cooking y'all. I'm talking cooking y'all. I'm talking.
That's how you jump out the fire pan. And
Malik said, hey, I know the whole life he was like this. They was saying, oh, I'm going to be real. I kept saying, Malik, I wouldn't, just don't let it go past 50%, Malik. You're like, I'm at 50%, not Trap. You know why? Because I'm going to be honest with you. To me personally, and so part of this is my unorthodox view of the market. Man, being down 50% don't shake me. I'm not even going to lie. So I know where he get the confidence from. He been rocking with me for 3 years. Now I do think his strike price was a little high because Meta had never hit $1,000. But that was part of his own. It was probably cheap. You know what I'm saying? But if you'd have said, like, man, I got an $800 card, I'm like, dog, like, I ain't tripping. Because it been there before to go to 1,000. I was like, damn, well, you said 1,000? But I get it. But me, like, I'm not 50% Trap. I was like, bro, that's why I couldn't say cut it. I couldn't say cut it because, one, Meta is one of them companies, bro. Like, I'm going to be real. I've been trading Meta for probably 4 or 5 years. That's probably the only time I ever lost money on it. I've never lost money on Meta but that one time. Never. I've never lost money on, like, ever. And I know it'll move in bunches. $20 here, $25 there, $30 here. Bro, we woke up, that thing was up 20. I say, damn. The first person I thought about was Malik. I said, oh, Malik shining. Bro went up $70 in about 3 days. From the last Trappin Tuesday to now, $70. I said, yeah, Malik, I'm going to speak up for you, partner. Everybody was saying, he hibachi, he dead. Trap, stop being nice. No, I just understand. He hibachi, he fricassee, he in the frying pan. They talking about the man. Oh, you know when they talk bad about you. Now I'm like, I'm at the bank.
What's that song? Oh, that.
Yeah, I'm at the bank. I'm at the bank and you stuck in NVIDIA. Malik, I'm with you, partner. I'm with you. I'm with her. Somebody said it could have went to 0, but it didn't. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It didn't. So shout out to my dog Malik. Trap got your back, dog. One thing you could say was Trap ain't give up on me. All I said was, hey, bro, just don't go below 50%, Malik. Like, if it go below 50, then we got to think different. Like, I'm at 50%, Trap.
Nah, you had his back.
I had his back. I'm rocking with you. I'm like, bro, I ain't going to cut it.
Everybody in the chat, though.
I'm like, I ain't going to say cut it, dog. I can't say cut it because I've been there before. I done been down a 50 burger. And I'm like, bruh, All they take is one headline. You feel me? Now, is it, watch this. He said, I got to play to 2027. That alone gives you like, damn, bro, like, I just need a good headline. Now, is it, I'm going to say something. Is you out your damn mind? Of course I am. I've been there a couple times, but I've been there before. You know what I don't like about trading and all the experts in trading? Everybody be acting like they ain't never did some no nuts, no glory type plays. Everybody act like I did it by the, you're lying. You told me all the ones you did by the book. What about the ones you ain't tell me about? What about the ones you ain't show me? What about the plays you hid that you lost on because you ain't show nobody, but you showed us when it went through the roof, and it went through the roof because you ain't followed none of your rules. You just had a feeling. I ain't by myself. That be the ones I don't put in the Patreon. I got to trade them on Robinhood. That's the ones I trade them out of that Robinhood account. Hey, I see it. I just got a feeling. I got that feeling. Baby, I got that feeling. Right, we all been there. Come on, man. We all been there, man. I don't care who you is, man. Because you love the game. You love the game and you love your theory. And in your brain, you a freaking genius. And the market got you effed up because they don't see what you see. We all been there. I'm trying to tell you. That's what this game do you, bruh. You can't have a lukewarm relationship with this game. Either you love it to the point of insanity or you hate it. It ain't no, you ain't, I just really want, no, you shut up, you're lying. You're tripping. You either love it or you hate it. Man, this game's so ugly, I'm gonna just keep it. This game's so ugly, you would turn down sex from your woman. Like, babe, go ahead, man. She's like, hey, just give me something. Hey, go ahead, man. Damn. They ain't even in the mood right now, man. I'm tripping, man. You in that goddamn stock market. Hey. Watch your mouth.
Rob in the back like, amen, amen.
Look, you like, hey, watch your mouth. Look, you babe, don't make me choose. Don't put me in that. What you say next is critical. Listen, your girl said something about the market, like she talking about your mama. So you better. George. George, hey, look. Till you do. All right, man, let's get where we got to go ahead, man. Somebody say cap. That's because you don't love it enough yet. You just ain't there yet. That's all that is. You ain't there yet. You ask 10 traders that really love the game, 8 of them going to say yep. No, 7 of them going to say yeah. 2 of them going to think about their marriage and they're going to just be quiet. But then when they halt, they're like, how you doing in church? Oh, B. All right, let's go. I love y'all so much. Let's look at, all right, people leaving the chat now, Jose. We playing too much. All right, come on, people leaving the chat. All right, first play we got in is Costco. I need that money. All right, people leaving the chat. All right, tell them to come back. All right, I'm going to stop. Come on, I'm going to get serious. Just having fun, man. What's the show without us having fun? Come on, man. All right, so next on the play is E and Me, which is a defensive play. We kind of like this play. We've been in it for about a week or something now. Good play, had a big turnaround. I like it. Next play is General Dynamics. Now, I got to say something. The Patreon for this play was an amazing play at what we did. I love it when we strike. So I can say this. The Patreon can say this. We have been striking with precision, but here's some things that's really been good for us this year. One, we haven't been panicking under the pressure. Right? We went through a strategy like you come on here like, damn, bro, it's red, it's red, it's red, it's red, it's red. And you looking at me like, Charles don't know what the hell he doing. Right? But I want to say that there's times where you got to just navigate and you got to let the play out. Right? And so one of the things we did was we stuck really tight to our guns for a lot of it. Yo, this ain't in our way. We cut it, and then we let the play unfold. Some of the times you don't give the play enough time to unfold, and when you don't give it enough time to unfold, you hurt yourself. So one of the things we saw with this play was we got in the play right. It did really good, and I forgot whatever reason it fell off the cliff. Something happened. I think Trump said something about defense, so it fell off like $8. And I said, listen, y'all, we're going to get out the play right here. Don't trip, because if it comes back here, we get back in. And so one of the things you got to do when you trading is you got to say, all right, if I take an L on a play, what does it have to do to be attractive for me again? Right? Because it may be because of a news headline that caused the play to fall. All right, cool. That's something outside of your circumstance. You can't control that. But what does it have to recover for me to get back in it? Now, some people didn't get out the trade. They were like, no, I'm here, Trav. I ain't taking that loss. We got out of the play, and then it recovered so fast, it recovered right back to where we got back in it at like 2 days later. We got right back in it, so the players up about 35%, but they got earnings tomorrow. They got earnings in the morning. No, tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. They got earnings. So I told the group, let's take a little bit off the top. So we took a little bit off the top, just a little bit, just enough so where the play could finance itself, but I still got a little skin in the game, right? So I got enough skin in the game to where I don't got everything out of it, but I still have like some of my skin, right? So it's not 100%, I didn't flip the money all the way, but I took some of the skin off the table, right? So the next play is GEV. We got that up where my people at. All my people in the Patreon that's in GEV, I see you. So we got GV up a little bit after hours. We got earnings first thing in the morning. This nigga dead, Lord. Oh, would this happen? Would he die today?
I'm adding the sound effect. I gotta do it.
Man, we got GEV. I got my people Shelby in the building. We got GEV in the morning, man. And I promise, bro, if GEV turned up for us in the morning, I was talking to Shelby today on the live, and I said, say, bro, like, because we made a big bag on GEV. Like, that was my biggest play last year, $500,000. Remember that day I said, I hit a half. We walked outside. I said, I hit him for $500,000 a day. My biggest play last year. And GEV, actually the play that saved me last year. End of the year. Half a ticket. Fourth quarter, 1 minute on the clock. You hear me? Came through like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, so GEV, we back at it again. I hate that it always stresses me out like this, because we just like, all right. Now, I will say last time I had $380,000 in it. This time I only got like 30 grand in it, so I'm not like, I don't want to lose, but it ain't like, whew. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we got that, and then there go our goal play. Now, I'm going to say something. I was just telling Ashanim this earlier, right? So when I got in this gold play, so I'm going to tell you something. When you look at gold and silver, you don't really see too much structure there. If you look at the gold and silver charts, it's not like a well-defined structure. It's parabolic, and then it's slight pullback. Parabolic again, slight pullback. And it pullbacks enough to make people panic. It pulled back's enough to make people pay. And I told Ashan, and I said, bro, like, the last time it pulled back, I wanted to load another 50 in each play, and I didn't. But I'm telling you, if it pulled back again, I promise I'm going on my move. There's not a lot of, because gold and silver don't come all the way back to fill gaps. How another player like, oh, about to come back and do a gap fill reversal? No, it's just be like, hey, let me take a break. Let me put this money over here. Basketball is not donuts. And here's how you know a stock is in a good move. Here's how you know when a play is in a good, because, like, watch this. When a play has momentum and the market is rewarding it, those plays become hard to get in. No, I'm still in the silver play. I didn't never get out of it. Plays that's really running that has a lot. Think about this. How hard is it to get in MU right now? If you following market structure, it's hard to get in MU right now. Now, maybe if you following the strat, because y'all got the 2 up, 2 down, my dog Kev, I'll be like, Kev, I don't know what you talking about, bro. He be like, hey, we got the 4. I'll be like, Kev, I don't know none of them numbers and none of them alphabets, dog. Like, talk to me in market structure terms, dog. Supply, demand, liquidity. He be like, yeah, we got the 2. I'm like, bro, go get your money in day trade, bro. Leave me alone. Kev be killing it. Shout out to my dog, Kev, man. He check on me. I check on him. Great dude, man. Call me 100K. I think that's his name or something like that. Shout out to my dog, Kev, man. Good dude. He be like, Trap. He'd be like, what you see right here? I'd be like, I see that. I'd be like, what you see right there? He'd be like, I see this. And then we'd be like, hey, he'd be like, I'm about to go in on this tomorrow. I'd be like, bro, I don't understand because you talking to me in strat terms. I don't know strat terms, bro. That ain't my language, but kill it. I'm like, here's what I see in my terms. You know, he'd be like, you got the 2 up, 4 down. I'd be like, bro, I don't know what none of that mean, bro. Like, you might well be talking to me in Japan. But, so we did that based on market structure and how I play the game. Gold and silver really just give you like, it don't give you like market structure entries. It give you small pullback buys that you got to be willing to say, it is a pullback buy. But what you got to do is say, it's a pullback buy. And if it hits here, this is where I'm going to just exit at. I'm good. Here's my re-entry. That's just from a market structure perspective. So just me. Next, we got a Google play. Google, shout out to my girl Lorraine, because I finally got in this Google play for us. It came back, hit what we wanted. Google has been on a nice run. Even though we didn't get in at 308 where we wanted, we wound up getting it at 321 or 322. Good play. Getting it at 308 where we wanted would have been perfect for us. But we got in a good play. Goldman Sachs is just killing me, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm a trap buyer right here, and I hate it. Here's why I hate it. Because it did what I wanted it to do. Got out the bull flag, ran up to 988, and then I was like, all right, good. This is what we wanted. I didn't take the profit on it because I was like, all right, we got it to June. I know it's going to pull back a little, but I know it's such a monster, right? So it pulled back a little bit, and then Trump came with the 10% news, and then it fell all the way through the bottom of the boat. Now, they got affected because even though they're a big bank, when you start talking about 10% on credit cards, the whole financial system feel that, right? And so you got to remember there's 3 different actions that happen in the market. There's a stock market. I mean, there's a company effect. There's an industry effect, and then there's a stock market effect. All right. And so here's what I mean by that. A company effect is something like, what I want to say, a company effect is like something like a company missing earnings, a company missing revenue, or something happens, some type of scandal happens to a specific company. Then that affects the company, right? So then a industry effect is something like, hey, I'm putting 10% tariffs on, I'm putting 10%, like banks should go to 10% on credit cards. That hacks a whole industry. Or there's a supply chain shortage on chips that happens to a whole industry. Or Trump says, hey, I'm about to do something with Medicare. Then it affects the whole industry. There's a company effect, there's an industry effect, and then there's the stock market effect, which is tariffs, which is pandemic. Those are stock market events. So a company event, a stock market event, and an industry event. Notice all 3 affect differently. So Goldman got hit in that, and I'm like, damn, bro. So Still giving me it recovered yesterday. It was at 906. 9's back at 933. It keep bouncing off 917, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. So then we got LHX. This was a play we got in maybe late last week. Doing really, really good. Here's one of those plays that cost a little money, MPWR. Another play I really, really like. The partner with this play, I wanted to get in PWR, but I didn't want to get both of them, so I went with MPWR. We're doing really good on that play. Let's go a little further, man. All right, so next we got, so that's the NVIDIA play. Again, we just sitting there. It's not going past $87. It keep getting to $87, $88. Then it dropped down to $67, and it come back to $74. And then, so it got to break 95. If it don't break 95, it's still trading in the same area, the same consolidation, the same box. So it's just really not really doing nothing for us. Palantir the same way. I keep saying it, and people keep getting mad at me, but Alex needs to really leave the goddamn people alone. You need to let the people alone, and we can move on. Silver play still in effect, is running. There go STX. I love STX because it was our first $100,000 play this year. And today was actually my first $100,000 day this year. So definitely feel good to have my first $100,000 play in January and have my first $100,000 day in January. And so that's what I love about it. I love that about it because that can set the tone for what we have, going toward the end of the year. So I pray that this keeps up. I pray that I keep seeing the market the way I see it. I do want everybody to be mindful that, remember, February is one of the toughest months of the year outside of September. So if I'm you, I'm looking at, okay, somewhere along the line here, I need to start trying to take some profit and not being greedy. I need to start saying, remember, you got 11 months to make it in the market. So taking profit now because it looked good on the screen and you keep on showing people, oh, it look good, I got the Christmas tree thing going. When you see that Red Sea, you're going to be pissed off. And remember, we getting topside heavy. We got a lot of stuff going on. Tariff is going on. Government shutdown. Even though government shutdowns don't necessarily shake the market off, but we just got to be mindful of this. So let's just be, how many contracts on STX? 30. Stop trying to count my pockets, though, because now what you're doing is you come to $87 and then you putting it time 30. Stop trying to count my pockets. You feel me? That's what's wrong with you right now. You trying to figure out how much money I put in the play. The play is up, as of right now, STX is up 85%. But remember, it just hit after hours is up, STX, after hours is up $36. Hey, that might be about 200%. Hey, that might be about 200% if it hold. I'm cashing out. I ain't playing with them people, man. I ain't playing with them. I'm going to take 75% of that, man. I need that, man. I need that, Sean. I'm going to take 75% of that, man. I don't care. Man, you gotta look. If it be up $36 by in the morning, bro, let me take 75% of that, bro. That's going to be 200 bands. Man, I need that. I need that, Rob. I'm selling everything but 5 contracts. Rob, I need that. I can't let them I can't give them that back. Yeah, I need that in the morning, man. Yeah, they're trying to count my pockets. Oh, man, it's $87, time 30 contracts. Oh, man, Trap, ain't nobody got that kind of money. You're wrong. They got a lot of people in the Patreon that cashed out with STX. You know why? Here's what you got to learn how to do. You got to learn how to take profits on plays that help you build up, build up, build up, build up, build up, and say, hey, let me get one. That's it. All right, so then we got TEL. Now, this play kind of confused me. And the reason why, because we had great execution on this play. The play did good on earnings, good on revenue, good on guidance, and it just fell off. I was like, bro, what the hell happened? And so I ain't gonna lie, I went against my rules on this one. I did say 30%, it fell to 37%. And I said, they were like, Trap, what we doing? I'm holding. All right, so then we got TSM. We got in this play today. I know they pissed off at me, but it was borderline. I wanted to get in at 333, went to 336, and my rule is always, as long as the play is within $5 of my strike price, I'm willing to go get it. That's one of my rules. If it's in within $5 of my strike price, I'm not chasing. But once it passed that $5, I'm like, yep, you chasing. So that's kind of one of my rules. Anyway, and lastly is USAR. Where my Patreon at? Where my Patreon at? Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, now let me say this about USAR. We got in this play. We believed in this play. Nobody on the internet, to my knowledge, was talking about this play. And I've had a couple people reach out to me and was like, say, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that was a gangsta-ass call. And I like that, bro. You know why I like that, bro? Because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. And this is just some real talk right here. I don't know what it is about us in the black culture that feel like we gotta nitpick about silly shit. Right? I don't know what that shit is about, bro. You know? And so I appreciate it. I appreciate maybe like 3 people in the trading space hit me up and was like, say, bro, I ain't gonna lie. That was a good ass call. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I heard you talk about it last year. Like, bro, I had no idea who the hell that company was till you brought it up last year. And I started watching it when it ran. Because we got in there last year from 21 all the way to 42. And then we got out of it. But I still kept the buying hold. But we took our profit and went about our business. And then early in the year, like the first week of the year, I said, hey, y'all, let's put USAR back on the list. Because the mindset behind it was simple. This is why understanding like geopolitics also makes sense. When you start saying like, all right, China is doing this. America is trying to, and I'm gonna be real with you, USAR doesn't have the best financials. But you start understanding the need. You start saying, all right, they bought MP. They need more processing over here. China doubling down. They gotta buy one of these companies. And the best positioned company is USAR because they are a processing company. That was the whole bet behind it. That was the whole bet behind it. And so it's going crazy. So shout out to that. It did go up big. Then it came back down, but we still in it. But I told my people yesterday, I said, hey, when it ran all the way up, when that news came out, I said, listen to me. Sell some of the USAR. Don't be greedy. Take the pop all the way from 22 to 30. With companies like this that don't move that much, that's a 20% pop in one day. Don't keep sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to let it go higher. No, sell half of it or 3/4 of it. Let that finance the rest of the trade. Now, if it goes down, you're like, bro, I got my money. And what you really would do, because it pops so big, you can sell half of it and then some. Like sell 3/4 of it, because now what happens is you get your initial money back, you get some profit back, and now you letting the house play. You won. So whatever you do from here, you're like, I don't care. So that's what I did. Like, all right, it was a $56,000. I was like, all right, like I know that this don't move like that. So let me sell some of it. You know, I think I sold about 55% of it, kept the rest. I'm like, all right, bro, like you can do what you want to do now. I got my money back. Like, bro, run to the sky if you want, or fall down. I don't care. So that's just kind of my idea behind it. Like, you got to understand, stocks like this don't run crazy, right? So for it to pop $7, it went from $25. So we got in at 20. We got in at 22 because what happened was we was waiting to get in at 21. I said, yo, if it breaks this previous high again, we gonna go. It went down to 18, it hit it, went down to 18, and next morning it went from 18 to 25. So my people was like, Trap, what we doing? We gonna miss? I say, man, just calm down, because I know how this thing move. It's gonna come back down, because that's a big pop. Like, calm down. So it came back down to 22, we struck. We struck at 22, stayed in it the next day, and then Monday, the news came out. It went from 25 to like 31. That's a 20, 30% pop on a company like this. Actually went all the way up to 38, but that was after hours. So then it opened up at like 32. I'm like, bro, just take some profit. Like, you all right. That's a 20% pop. Push kind of shove, you at least up 50, 60%. Sell that play because it was dirt cheap. It was dirt cheap. One of my people hit me like, say, Trap, you know why I'm mad? It's like, bro, I only did like 60 contracts. I should have had like 2,000. That's how cheap it was. It was something like $5. That's cheap for us. We averaging 1,500. Rob asked me today, hey, bro, what's the average? I say about 15. 15 for sure. So we did that. And so, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was good, you know, and now you in the green. So you're like, bro, like, I'm good. Like, it ain't no big deal. So anyway, let's go a little further. So that's our plays and the option plays. That's where we at. And so let's go a little further. Let's show the freedom index. And then we'll go. Did Steve ever send that? No? Huh? Not that. I'm talking about the highlight. All right, cool. Don't worry about it. All right, so here's Sean. Here's the freedom index of Sean. We're doing pretty good. We up 6%. Year to date, 6.82%. We're sitting on 300,000 in cash. And here's how we look. We got Costco. We got EME. We got FIX. We got Gold. We got ITA. We got USAR. And we got Walmart. I do feel like FIX. So FIX is one of those plays I did in my Robinhood account. One of the option plays I did in my Robinhood. Because one, I ain't want to hear the goddamn Patreon mouth about how high that one was. Because that was $138. So I don't want to hear their goddamn mouth. I don't want to hear their mouth. And so I did that. And it's not pretty good. But it's just so, it's costly. It's costly. I ain't gonna lie. It was costly for me. So I know. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah. It was like $183, which is like $18,300 per contract. Yeah, I was like, yeah. But it's a company that I've owned in my personal account for a very long time. Comfort Systems. I've owned it for probably about 5 years. I owned it during the pandemic. And so, yeah, I didn't put that. I put it in my Robinhood account and did a couple options on. I think it's up like 10%. But it's insane the way this thing, it's low volume, low open interest. The open interest be like 5. Open interest be like 5. So yeah, but Fix is a good one. It's great for buying whole. Gold, ITA, USAR, and Walmart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So remind you, we in 7 plays in January. So that's a lot. So I'm probably not gonna get in no more plays for a minute, probably mid-year, because I like to use my plays wisely. So that's what we got, man. So let's move on, man. Hope y'all feeling good, man. Somebody said, yeah, Trap, keep that on Robinhood. I got you. When I start doing my ASML plays, I'm gonna keep them in a Robinhood. They're just too much, man. I don't want to put people under that kind of pressure. All right, let's go, man. Yep, let's go. All right, man. So one of the things we doing is let's put it up right now. I got something real interesting I want to bring to y'all. So I partner with a company called Horizon Trust. I brought it to y'all a while back. Really good company, and I'm just, without getting into it too much, so this segment of the show is brought to you by Horizon Trust. And the goal behind them is to help you with self-directed Roth IRAs. And their goal is to help you pay less in taxes, right? And grow your wealth tax-free or tax-deferred, right? And they're so phenomenal. We're going to put the link in the bottom. It's a free call with them, and I will say this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be real with you about this. This is somebody that I've actually worked with because I be tired of paying all these goddamn taxes. So I just keep looking for different ways on how to defer taxes and how not to pay taxes. So check them out, Horizon Trust. Make the change with a complimentary call. No obligation, no charge, none of that. And they came in here, we sat down, we talked, and I'll be real with you how I met them. I met the owner while I was in one of my mentorships. And the owner, the guy who runs the mentorship, 9-figure dude in real estate, and the reason why I went to him was I was like, hey, bro, like, I'm having tax issues, bro. Right? Like, I'm having tax issues, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like whooping my butt. And he was like, no problem, I got somebody for you. He introduced me to the guy, Greg, and his team, and he was like, Trap, like, you know, Kent talks amazing about you, bro. Let me see what's up. You know, talk to me about what you got going on. And then I'll be honest with you, Greg hit me up one day. I think he was in Vegas, and he had a suite in Vegas. It was for some game. He was like, Trap, let me fly you out here. I was like, bro, you don't got to fly me out there. He was like, no, I want you to come out here with me. I want you to get in the suite with me, and I want to just chill with you, bro. Like, he's like, Kent talks so good about you, bro. So Kent don't talk to me about too many people. So let's just sit down, let's talk, we don't got to do nothing, bro. So this is it. So Horizon Trust, man, great company. I rock with Greg, really good dude. And the goal here is for anybody that want to learn how to get some tax deferment and how to do some things tax-free. So listen, when a CEO at a high level tell you, hey, let me fly you out, bro, let me get your hotel, let me get your room, come to the suite with me, you know, you kind of be like, hey, bro, I like that. But I was just so locked into this, it was just crazy. So check them out. Again, Horizon Trust, click the link in the bottom, tell them Trap sent you, and you just interested in hearing some of the things that they have to offer on not paying taxes on all this money y'all making. Without all the other stuff, with all that, so definitely, and again, this is something that I'm doing, again, on trying to help me not pay all these damn taxes. So it's interested. A lot of y'all been asking me about it. Is it worth it? Trap, what do I do? You know, without being tied up into real estate and all the other stuff, which is some stuff that we doing. But definitely give them a call. Tell them Trap did it. So Jose, somebody said that it's saying the page can't be found. Is the link good? Let's make sure that link good. It's good? Yeah, they say the link is found. Yep. So want to just put y'all out there, especially people in my community. Check them out. They're going to do right by you. It's not something you're going to hear about it later on. It's a scam. No. Like, they deal with 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-figure people because taxes is not, watch this, taxes is just not a 5-figure problem. It's not just a 6-figure problem. It's not just a 7-figure problem. It's not just an 8-figure problem. It's not just a 9. It's anybody that's trying to build wealth, this is one of your problems. And so you need to find different vehicles that help you. So this is one of the vehicles that help you, again, tax-free, tax-deferred, tell them Trap sent you, Horizon Trust, check it out. Let's go a little further. Yep, they saying it's good. I love it. Shout out to them. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, so the world's top assets by market cap. We got gold, we got silver. Now think about this. Gold and silver has taken over NVIDIA, Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Bitcoin, TSM, and Meta. And it won't slow down. Somebody say, click on the icon on the top left. It'll take you to the main page. There you go. Yeah, so that's amazing right there, right? So, and this goes to show you that. Think about this. Think about this right quick. Silver has been skyrocketing. And it's because of the use case that China is doing with putting a lock on it. Remember, China has actually said that silver is. They got it on the same list now with what? rare earth minerals. And they're restricting it. Elon Musk came out and said, hey, bro, that's not right what China doing. You know why? Because an EV can't run without silver. Don't let that go over your head. How do we access the Freedom Index as part of the Patreon? That was the Freedom Index. What do you mean access it, Queen? That was the Freedom Index. Tell me what you mean. That was the Freedom Index. All right, let's go a little further. Now, this is important. According to Goldman Sachs, equities will lead returns in 2026. Equities, commodities, alternatives, bonds, credit, and cash. Now, I trust Goldman Sachs. I got love for Goldman Sachs, but I don't think equity is going to outperform. Now, think about this now. I think gold, silver will perform well. I think copper going to perform well. But you remember, there's other stuff that fall in that category. I don't think equities alone just going to outperform everything else. Now, think about it. You know, I just don't see it. Now, this was based on respondents at our Goldman Sachs Strategy Conference, London, January 24, 25, and 26. I'm interested to see that. Trap, I've been dollar cost averaging in a 700, 320 meta call. My original price was 520. I have 3 and got down to 32. Averaging down makes it 17%. Man, we should never average down. It's not good to average down in plays. And I'll be real, even though I do it sometimes, I always do it with a grain of like, You know what I'm saying? And if I do it, I'm like, I'll do it one time and be like, all right, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just be careful with that, man. Just be careful with that. All right, let's go a little further, man. Always know that cash is the worst asset class you can have. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. In midterm years, the average drawdown is 18% on the S&P.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
I really need this money, Nate.
Listen to me. In a drawdown, in a midterm year, the average drawdown, meaning decline, is 18%. So look, 1946, 1962, 1970, 78, it got really bad. 2002, 2022, so the average drawdown is 18%. Now, mind you, everybody keeps saying, hey, bro, we can see something happening in the first half of the year. So this is why I'm going to be honest with you. In the morning, if STX is up big like that, I'm selling a lot of that. I'm selling a lot of that. I want to start trimming positions now because watch this. All right, you looking at the green and you like, yeah, it's green. That's the endorphin rush, right? You don't want to cut it because you see the green. And then you see the red, you'll be like, damn, I should have cut it. Right? So you'll never go broke taping profit. So you got to find how to navigate the two. One, figure out where the market is rewarding. But two, say, okay, here's what happened. I don't got to be greedy. Once they do this, let me take some profit and let the play finance itself. So the rest of the year, until we get this drawdown that I think coming, I want you to, one, be mindful of your position size, and two, have a point where you say, I'm going to take profit here. Now, if you got one contract, that's a different ball game, right? But now it becomes a judgment decision. But if you have 2 or more contracts, it's okay to say, hey, you know what? Man, I'm going to go ahead and sell half. I'm going to let one run. Right? I want you to have that because this is a midterm year. So that what we do is we can prepare ourselves for it. Right? We can prepare ourselves for it. We can easily say, all right, bro, like what? Like if you get a play that go up 30%, 40%, and you sell half of that play, you're not going to feel bad if you got one, if you still got one still running. You're not going to feel bad because why? I got some bread. I'm all right. But the greed kicks in. Remember, the market going to always have you between a few areas. Fear, greed, anxiety, impatience, anger, frustration. And you got to know when your financial check engine light about to come on. Right? If you don't know here's what I want you to realize. Watch this. I'm going to say it again. And I used this analogy the other day. If you know for a fact you got $10,000, and I use this analogy on a lot, people are like, damn, Trap, that's good. If you got $10,000 and you lose $100, no matter how you lose it, would you trip about that $100? Like you got $10,000. You're like, damn, bro, I lost $100. Would you trip about that $100? Would you trip about that $100, Sean? Not really, right?
That's 1%. That's like nothing.
Yeah, you like, bro, it's $100. I ain't tripping. All right, cool. So I mean, your check engine light on. Now watch this. If you got $10,000 and you lose $1,000, how would you feel about it?
A little bit more. It's 10%.
You're like, I ain't really frustrated, but damn, I lost $1,000, right? So watch this. This is where mindfulness checks in at, right? So your check engine light still ain't on yet. Now, watch this. If you got $10,000 and you lose $3,000, how do you feel?
You 3 trades away from blowing the whole thing.
All right, so now you start being cautious. So what that tells you is, if you got $10,000 and you lose $3,000 and you start feeling the pressure, that means your check engine light on. So watch this. That means the max you can lose comfortably is about $2,000. Because at $2,000, you still ain't in anxiety. At $3,000, your cortisone level done spiked, which means check engine light. Everybody got a different check engine light. Malik had a 50%. That's when his check engine light came on. Because at 50%, he got concerned. Like, hey, Trap. Right? At 30%, he was like, I ain't tripping. I'm all good. At 50%, he said, hey, let me call in. Hey, Trap, my check engine light on, dog. I need a. So what I say, hey, the check engine light on. Hey, check this out, Malik. The oil is overheating. Don't go beyond this point. So what you got to do as a trader is know, hey, when does my check engine light come on? Because I need to get out before that. So I know, for me, I know at like 50%, it's time. My engine light on, right? Because I know at 50% for me, now watch this. Here's where things change at. Here's where you help yourself at. Watch this. Here's where things help. Watch this. If I got $5,000 in a play and they go to 50%, I could care less about it. If I got $500,000 in a play and I go 20%, my check engine light on. You see the difference? Watch this. The amount of money that you have in a play alters when the check engine light come on. Watch this. If I'm riding in my Escalade, bruh, I don't care if the oil change gets to 20%. I'll let that thing go to 10% and be like, hey, let me go get an oil change. In the Bentley, if it gets to 75%, I'm bringing it to the dealer. Come on, man. Rob, they ain't listening to what I'm giving them analogies up here. Rob, come on, bro. Right? In the Escalade, watch this, because I know it's a simple oil change. You're going to just put Supreme in it. Everything here I can handle from a financial perspective without the strain. But in a Bentley, that part got to come way from overseas. And I know the price tag on it. And everything got tariffs on it right now. So they're going to tax me more than normal. So when the Bentley say 75, hey, check this. Hey, yep. What's up? Refill. It need to be lubricant. Lubricate it. Yeah. You feel me? Right? So what I want you to understand what it takes for your check engine light to come on and decrease that. Because what you don't want to have is the mental anguish. What you don't want to have is the anxiety. What you don't want to have is watch this, what I'm about to say, a fried nervous system. You don't want to have that. A fried nervous system, that's where the financial fatigue come in at. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's knock these out, man. Let's knock them out. Let's knock them out. All right, so leverage gone wild. Margin debts hit records high while stocks can't keep up. U.S. margin debt has surged by $11.3 billion in December to a record of $1.3 trillion. Jesus. This marks the 8th consecutive month increase over this period. Margin debt has risen $375 billion or 44%. Meanwhile, margin debt growth is now outpacing the S&P gains by 20%. Year over year, the widest gap since 2021 in the meme stock frenzy, including 2021. The market's largest divergence between 2007. When this metric hits 50 percent points, investors are using more leverage than ever. Think about this. Right now, people are using more margin than anything. That's not a good sign. Now, look at this. Look where we at, y'all. You know why this is not good? Because this is telling us something, y'all. This is telling us that people are desperate. People are trying to hold on to cash, hold on to liquidity, and they're trying to print money out of thin air. This is dangerous. Somebody say, I'm down 96%. My check engine like blinking. No, baby. It's more than blinking. That mother done went from orange to red. You got to pull that car over. Don't even turn the key. They got to come tow that car. Let them come toward you. One click away from locking the engine up. You about to lock the engine up. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so watch this. Corporate America is cracking bankruptcies, and this is important when we see this. Bankruptcies are rising like recession season. U.S. corporate bankruptcies rose by 9% year over year in 2025 to 749. For the same period in December 14, the highest in 15 years, marks the 4th consecutive annual increase. Bankruptcies have surged 101% since 2022. Think about what 2022 was. Pandemic. That's when we started talking about this, right? Right after the pandemic. So, of 372 filings, persistently increasing rates continue to pressure over leveraged companies. Again, we talk about it again. Over leveraged companies. A result, bankruptcies are expected to rise in 2026, and bankruptcies are rising at recession-like pace. What I'm saying to us is we can pay attention to the signs, y'all. Y'all so crazy. They said, Queen, you blew a gasket that night. I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. All right, so corporate America is cracking it. Here we go, y'all. Bankruptcies again, y'all. It's just, I just want us to pay attention, man. Let's go a little further. I just need us to pay attention. The dollar has its worst week in 2025, and this just recently. The dollar has lost like 5% this week alone. The U.S. dollar index, DXY, this is something we looked at, logged its worst week since mid-2025, dropping 1.9% and sliding. Continue to multi-week lows nearing 97.50. The decline reflects growth worries over unpredictable USA policy, a shift in expectations in future Federal Reserve moves, tensions in the U.S., European relations, and ongoing tariff development added to extra pressure. Boosting, watch this, rival currencies and precious metals. The greenback is what they call the dollar. Every year gains has now wiped out significant market increasingly uneasement in the current economic backdrop. That just simply means, y'all, our dollar is losing money. So listen to me. When the banks keep talking to you about, hey, you want to put this money in this, you want to do this money in that, you say, hell no, I don't want to put my money in none of that. I don't want to put my money in none of that. Right? I don't want to put my money in none of that. Let's go a little further. Let's do a 1-800-TRAPPER hotline, man. Let's do a 1-800-TRAPPER hotline, man. How we feeling in the chat, y'all? How we feeling?
I have one question. My question is,
Turn it up.
on the long term, will be more profitable? Is it professional scalper or buy and hold in quality company? In the long term, I mean period within, let's say, after 3 years from now. That's it. And I assume Wall Street look like us now.
Come on, boy.
Shalom.
Run it back. Come on, boy. Let's go, King. I'm going to just run so I can hear it. Hold up before you run it. Hold up before you run it. Hold up. Pause it. Got to get another ink pen, dog. All right, run it.
I have one question. My question is, on the long term, will be more profitable? Is it professional scalper or buy and hold in quality company? In the long term, I mean period within, let's say, after 3 years from now. That's it. And I assume Wall Street look like us now.
Come on, man. Come on here, man. Come on here, man. So, yep, I will say that. I'm going to always say that. And as much as we talk about trading and all that, I'm going to always say buying long-term in quality companies, you cannot go wrong. To me, that's always the most powerful thing we can do. What happens is we get all excited and we get mesmerized, by the trading and I had a 100K day, I had a 5K day, but I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't never. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't gonna say never, but boy, that check engine light ain't gonna come on often in that buy and hold when you buy quality companies. Quality companies, that check engine light, hey, you get regular oil change, mileage. Right, so I'm going to always go with that, bro. Like, I'm going to just be honest with you. I appreciate you, King. I'm going to always go with quality buying. That's why I love Trappers Anonymous, because it's all about, we don't get we straight on. Like, I ain't going to lie. The Patreon is that's my dogs on the corner. We thugging out. We stay up till late at night, right? We up early in the morning. We flighting all night. We up at 6 o'clock. And the Patreon, man, they up at 4 o'clock in the morning putting screen shares of articles. Yep, hey, I'm like, bro, what happened? Oh, goddamn. I'll be like, God, they looking at the futures. They up 4 o'clock in the morning. And the Trappers Anonymous, they're like, hey, we sleep, fam. Right? Buy and hold, they can sleep good at night. We sleep. Don't come around it, mother. Don't come around at 10:30. Don't come around here to 9:30, 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? That's how Trappers Anonymous is. Hey, don't post nothing here to 9:30, bro. Don't post nothing here that early in the morning. We buy and hold. We sleep long. We sleep good at night. Patreon, know why they can't sleep good at night? We always need the move. We need motion. They need motion. Hey, where the motion at? They got a day crew and a night crew. They up. Hey, what's up? What poppin'? Well, say, why am I, let me do this. Yeah, Patreon they always got action. They always need action in Patreon. They always need action. They up. They can't sleep. They can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? They can't sleep. Don't come around here till 10:30. What you want? Come around here till 10:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's we up. And somebody always up. Trappers Anonymous. Man, don't come around here that early in the morning, man. Don't come in here with them headlines like that, bro. Put them headlines in here at 9:30. You know? Put them headlines in here at 9:30. Before that, get out of here with that. Now from 9:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock, they banging. Hey, we got a post, we got some headlines, we got that. After market close, 9 o'clock at night. Why is you posting in here, dog? Don't be posting in here at 7 o'clock at night. What you doing? We got to say something Saturday. We bring in live from the kitchen back on Sunday. Don't be posting in here all times of the day like that. At night, don't post in here in the morning. We bringing our kids to school, right? We having our matcha, right? Coffee, pinky out. Yeah, we thugging. Omelet, egg whites, turkey sausage. Yeah, we thugging. We cool. We sophisticated.
Sophisticated.
You feel me? And Patreon, pork chops, sandwiches, syrup sandwiches, Kool-Aid. Yeah. Yeah. Little Debbie cakes, not even eating breakfast. Peanut butter and jelly. What's up? Egg sandwich. Pop it off. Yeah. Yeah, what we want over here? Wings. Wings and fries. 9 o'clock in the morning. What you talking about? Wings early. Never too late for a lemon pepper. What's up? What's up?
And they cold.
What?
Cold wings.
We eating a cold pizza off the counter. What's up? And it was out all night. So what? Who did fuck? It's mine now. That's the type of time we on. That's the type of time. All right, let's stop. People leaving, Jose. Come on. People leaving the chat, Jose. We was at 4,200, 4,300. Now we at 37. You got to stop, Jose. All right? You feel? We eating bologna sandwiches, fried. When it bubble, boop, at the top. Stop playing. We don't care. We on the clock. Who up? Pop it off. What you got? All right, let's go a little further, man. Patreon, I love y'all. I love them two groups, bro. I love my people, man. Oh, yeah. We got two things coming up for the month of February, the month of March. Month of February, we got the movie night coming. I think the movies we're going to play, just giving y'all a heads up, it's free, no charge at all. Ain't no charge for parking, ain't no upsell, ain't no nothing. It's totally free. We doing, if I'm not mistaken, we doing Do the Right Thing Friday night. It's gonna be next month. Then we're gonna do the right thing. I'm just giving y'all a heads up so we can have it. We're gonna do the right thing Friday night. If you come, you come, you don't. If it's 3 people here, 2 people, 5 people here, it don't matter. We gonna show it. We doing Do the Right Thing Friday night. Saturday morning, I think we doing The Wiz, because that's me and my daughter's favorite show. We going to Wiz. We're gonna do that at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. I think after The Wiz, we doing, I forgot what we said we doing. What it is? We doing Selma? We going with Selma? I thought I said, no, that's that night. I was still stuck between Selma and not. I don't know. So I might do Selma midday, and we're going to end the day with Judas and the Black Messiah. That's what we doing. So Friday night, we doing.
You say the dates?
We're going to have the dates. We're going to have it. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to do Belly, but they were like, hey, shout out, all right. You know, all right. Hill Street, Sugar Hill or something. Friday night, let's go Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying? We King of New York. You know what I'm saying? Let's lock in. Yeah, we're gonna do, so Friday night, we doing Do the Right Thing. Saturday morning, 10, 11 o'clock, something like that, we doing The Wiz, so you can bring the kids, it's all love. Saturday evening, we doing Selma, and then Saturday night, Saturday 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that, Bernard? 6 is we gonna do Judas and the Black Messiah. Free, no charge. Again, free, no charge. Free, no charge. Again, free, no charge. And it's all about just black movies. That's what we doing, y'all. We not upselling. No, we can't do American Gangster. We not doing that, fam. We doing Black History Month. We want positive movies that reflect something good. Come on, man. All right, so we're waiting on that. And then March, we doing another Make Your First Trade. Right, Bernard? March, we doing Make Your First Trade, so we're going to start promoting that probably January. Remember, we have 300 people that can come in with the tables when we add them up. Again, I'm teaching, Rob teaching. We're going crazy with that. And then we will have the online. So that's the events we got. That's our event calendar. Let's go a little further, Jose. Y'all saying Dolomite. Y'all get on my nerves. All right, let's go, man. Trapper of the Week, Sweet Auburn, Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Yo, that Auburn area down here is, you ever been down there? I love Sweet Auburn food, boy. You ever been there, Sean? You been there, Jose? Oh, you got to go to that area.
Wait, where is it, in Atlanta?
Huh? Man, that area there is good, man. I like that. But here we go, man. Sweet Auburn, Atlanta was a vibrant heart of black commerce, culture, and community in the South, known as the richest Negro street in the world for its thriving businesses, churches, and financial institutions. Established by black entrepreneurs after the 1906 race riot, becoming a crucial center for civil rights movement and the birthplace of Martin Luther King Jr., coined by John Wesley Dobbs. The National Historic Landmark District housed black-owned banks, Citizens Trust, Atlanta Life, newspaper, Atlanta Daily World, nightlife, Royal Peacock, and churches, Ebenezer Baptist, offering opportunity despite segregation through later defined by the downtown connecting highway. Now, here's the one thing I will say about Atlanta that I truly like. So I always said that, like, New Orleans has, like, culture, right? New Orleans has culture. Now, again, I love my city. I love my city. And New Orleans is definitely a historic place. A lot happened in New Orleans, coming off those ports and stuff like that. But here's what I will say about Atlanta that I do respect about them. I heard Killer Mike say this one time, and I was like, damn, bro, he ain't lying. When you think about, like, what Atlanta represented at one point in time, and I'm not saying it doesn't represent it right now, but, like, in New Orleans, like, we didn't really get to see black excellence at a high level a lot. You feel what I'm saying? It's like we didn't get to see it a lot, at least when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? But, like, in Atlanta, what I will say is, like, when I look back at, like, their history, they always had, like, this thriving middle class that was setting, like, these standards for black America. Like, I will say that. Now, again, New Orleans has the culture. Culturally, I think, in my personal opinion, New Orleans is probably the richest cultural city in America. Just from my personal experience. I think Oakland is built like that too, but I think they kind of got away from it, but they still is there. Panthers, you know, I love that. I still think that New Orleans is the most cultural city in America. I could be being biased, but I know that, and the reason why I say is because there's not a lot of people that come to New Orleans to live, and there's not a lot of people that leave New Orleans. So the culture becomes generational. So we do the same things over and 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 over. We just keep doing it. What I will say about it, a lot of people come to Atlanta. They come for better opportunities and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's not taken away from, I'm not set tripping. So don't go to saying like, no, man, there's not. I'm not set tripping. I'm just saying I feel like that. And if your country, where you from is like that, salute to that, because we need more cities that anchor to their culture, right? I will say, like, you go to New Orleans, second line season is a thing. Sundays, second line season, everybody out, right? Parades, yes. Mardi Gras, yes. Food, yes. Jazz, yes. Art, yes. Culturally, New Orleans is just, the culture doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't change. And so, but at the same time, and again, I'm not taking nothing away, but like, we didn't get to see, from my perspective growing up, we didn't get to see a lot of like black excellence explode. And I will say, like, Atlanta kept that for a very long time. Even though times change, like, you still saw, like, you know, their airport is named after a black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And they got to see, like, they can, like, birthplace. Like, don't get me wrong, like, we got Louis Armstrong, we got Mahalia Jackson, we got prominent figures. So our culture is still there. But when it came to, like, that entrepreneurship spirit, like, Atlanta just started, like, stacking up on us, like, boom, like, on everybody. And I think that's good that they had that, because other black cities got an opportunity to say, hey, that's it. That's the beacon of light. So when you had the Rosewoods and you had the black Wallstreets and you had that, like, Atlanta still, and PG County, you know what I'm saying? That you still you got to see those prominent black communities say, hey, we're the standard. And I don't think it came from a place of, I want to be better than y'all. I think in this area, we made that. But I think from those eras, it was, hey, y'all, here's something you can mock. Here's a blueprint, right? And I think when I look at that, I'll be like, bro, I love it. I'm like, yo, that's real dope. Like, and I always say to myself, I wish I can go back to a time where you can see. That's why I love looking at these old movies. I wish more people would create the old movies so that we can see bugging the F out. Who bugging out, fam? Who's bugging out? I wish that Harlem, for sure. Harlem, yeah, for sure. Definitely will give that. And again, I'm not taking away from no area. And I don't know why we so defensive when you say that. Like, I'm not taking away from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not more culture than NYC Stop and Trap. Here we go trying to make it, that's what we do. That's what we do. I clearly said I'm not taking nothing from nobody. I said from me, and here we go. Y'all not culture than this. That's what we do. That shows that we ain't got no growth. It shows that we don't got the growth, bro. That's exactly, specifically said, I'm not taking nothing from nobody. I said, I'm truly saying, like, culture, this is how I feel, but not taking nothing from nobody. And what's the first thing we do? That's what we do. It's what we do. It's literally what we do. We don't know how to say that. Instead of being like, nah, hey, Trap, we got that culture in Harlem. Be like, oh, yeah, Harlem Renaissance, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, yeah, that's it. I like that. Yeah, because now it brings me back to Malcolm X. Harlem Renaissance. This one, the train, the dudes on the train, like, oh, immediately the first thing we do is, you ain't got more culture than me. No, y'all don't, Trap. You tripping. Clearly, we don't listen. Clearly, we don't listen. That's it's what we do. It's what we do. So that's what I love about that, man. I love the fact that that Atlanta get to see that. You know what I'm saying? I love that they had that and see that. And I think that was the thing for me coming from New Orleans, like, when I came to Atlanta, it was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, damn. Because I remember, like, being in New Orleans, you be feeling trapped for a second, like, damn, like. And then the South, and another thing too, like, the South is like, people who I know from, like, the East Coast, and the West Coast, racism was different, even though internally it was the same, but it was different from like, you gotta remember, in the South, you talking Jim Crow South. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when you see places like Atlanta, you just be like, damn, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, here's the beacon of light. Again, if you're in New York, you like the Harlem Renaissance, that's a whole thing. Chicago, a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? On the West Coast, Oakland, same thing. Right? You had it, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kansas, you had it in Florida, that Roswell, you had it so many different things. But I just love that, man. I love that about Atlanta, to see that. And I think that was one of the things that they try. And when I heard Killer Mike say it, I was like, damn, they have that pedigree. I don't know if I can't say they still have. I'm not saying they don't still have, but not when so many people come in, you start taking away from it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because then the standard isn't the same from those people, if that makes sense. So anyway, let's roll that tape, man. Let's roll that tape.
The Sweet Auburn Historic District stretches over 1.5 miles through downtown Atlanta, originally known as Shermantown following the Civil War Union occupation in the 19th century. Sweet Auburn began to thrive as the heart of Black professional, social, and political life in Atlanta. Atlanta Life Insurance Company, founded in 1905, is the first Black-owned life insurance company in Atlanta. Owned by Alonzo Hernan, a former slave, Atlanta Life Insurance served as one of the strongest Black financial institutions throughout the 20th century. At 148 Auburn Avenue, you can still find the Atlanta Life Building, the original home of the company. The Atlanta Daily World, founded in 1928, is the first Black-owned daily newspaper in Atlanta, serving as a much-needed voice for Blacks in Atlanta. The newspaper covered political and social topics impacting citizens, while still remaining a community staple featuring local stories and news updates. Based in the heart of the Sweet Auburn District at 145 Auburn Avenue, the Atlanta Daily World's courageous contribution to the Black community of Atlanta lives on. Big Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church was founded in 1847 and is the oldest Black congregation in Atlanta. It served as a pillar in the Black community of Atlanta for nearly 2 centuries, from hosting the first classes of Morris Brown College in his basement to serving as the first public school for Blacks in Atlanta. WERD Radio first hit airways in 1949 after owner Jesse Blayton Sr. bought the station and reimagined its programming, becoming a staple in Atlanta's Black community. Housed in the Prince Hall Grand Lodge on Auburn Avenue, WERD Radio not only served as a leader in the Black entertainment, but also Black political progression as it broadcasts Dr. Martin Luther King's Sunday morning sermons and announcements of civil engagement and protest. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, in the heart of the Sweet Auburn district at 501 Auburn Avenue. Dr. King's childhood home is just a short walk from the famous Ebenezer Baptist Church, where both Martin Luther King Sr. and Martin Luther King Jr. share the pulpit, bringing about hope and change for all American citizens. However, King's ties to the Sweet Auburn district doesn't stop there. As the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, King worked tirelessly planning countless social campaigns within the headquarters located within the Prince Hall Masonic Temple at 330 Auburn Avenue. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. greatly benefited from the vital location of the Sweet Auburn district and its development as an essential portion of Black life in Atlanta. Throughout its history, the Sweet Auburn district has served as a hub for political and social organizations within the Black community of Atlanta. Due to the concentration of churches, businesses, political organizations, and educational institutions present within the short 1.5 mile of Auburn Avenue, a history of unprecedented growth and advancement within the Black community can never be forgotten.
Oh, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it, man. I love to see it, man. I love that, man. I think every city actually has that. Let me see something right quick. All-Star, I want to say something right quick. All-Star 2374 said, I would rather hear this than basketball jail story. Say, hey, well, come in 2.5 hours after every show. You ain't never got to hear nothing I got to say. All right? You can come in every show at about 9 o'clock, and you can hear just that, bro. That'll help you out. You don't got to hear nothing I got to say. As a matter of fact, you ain't never even got to tune in. That's even better. You feel me? That's even better, bro. I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. And to my guy from Profit Legacy that said, bro, I ain't never threw a shot at nobody in my life, dog. You hear me? And if I tell somebody something, I'm going to put a name on it. That's just how I'm built. I got this big-ass white building, and if anybody ever wanted to see me, bro, like, I'm right here. Just wanted to say that. You hear me? So I'm 43 years old, bro. Like, I don't have no time to beef with nobody. You know why? Because I'll just be honest with you, bro, and it's just real. Don't nobody really want to scuffle, and don't nobody really want to shoot nobody. So at the end of the day, let's just get money. Let's help as many people as we can. That's why I try to stay away from it. You feel me? I just be in my own little lane, doing my own little thing. So I just wanted to tell you that, dog. Like, if it's up to me, bro, I don't got nobody to speak on. I just keep living my life, dog. I made it. I survived. I made it. I survived, bro. And I just want to inspire people that, you know what I'm saying? So just wanted to tell you that, my G. So there's nowhere in the world people in this space should have that kind of energy. So let's go a little further, man. Just wanted to tell you that, bro. All right, so here you go, man. Americans will get $4,000 in tax refunds this year, and we see that they're talking about that, y'all, but guess what, man? Man, that's your money anyway. That's your money. Remember we talked about this last year. They didn't make the adjustment, and so now this year, you're going to get that money. And so all they did was invest that money for you last year. They invested that money, got a return. They're going to give it to you this year. And they're going to make it sound like, yeah, we're giving people money, but don't be fooled by that. Also, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something here. Watch this. They also know because the way they positioning it and you're going to look at it as it's free money, you're going to blow it like it's free money. You're going to blow it like it's free money. And so you're going to become liquidity that fuels the market. you're going to be liquidity that fuels the market. All right, let's go a little further.
Next Monday, January 26th, tax season officially begins in America. And for many people, it's a dreaded time. It's a moment that they don't celebrate. But this year, there's going to be lots of happy surprises. Thanks to our Working Families Tax Cut, tens of millions of American families are going to see bigger paychecks. They're going to see bigger tax refunds. And let me give you a couple of numbers real quick. $4,000. That's the value of the average tax refund for Americans this year. $100 billion. That's the estimated total of 2025 tax refunds for families. $10,000, the average increase in annual take-home pay for working families. Think of it, $10,000 is the average across the country. 15%, the average tax cut for families earning between $15,000 and $80,000 annually.
Well, no, somebody say, man, they're not going to give us that. Now they're going to give it to you because they owe it to you. It's not stimulus money. It's money that they owe you. So they're actually going to give you that. So here's the go. Like, I want y'all to see something too. Here's some income levels that this showed us, right? And this just came out. What your income level actually means. So lower income, $1,500 a month, very expensive, feels urgent, feels impossible, stagnant, and fragile. Money here is about getting through the month. Watch this. Stably paid, right? So $3,000 to $5,000, $4,500 a month, needs are covered, progress feels slow, saving feels difficult, you're surviving, not building, right? Let's go a little further, right? $45,000 to $6,000 a month, routine expenses are manageable, lifestyle inflation creeps in, raises don't feel like changing, money stress shifts but doesn't disappear. $6,000 to $9,000, you feel more comfortable, more decisions, more responsible, money becomes about balance, not survival. Let's go a little further. Right, upper middle class, and this is how they have it labeled. This is not even me. This is how it's labeled when you think about when they're looking at the pockets of the world. Right, so $9,000 to $12,000, you become upper middle class. Optional increases, time becomes valuable. Financial mistakes feel expensive. Income improves, complexity increases. Watch this: $12,000 to $25,000 a month. Lifestyle is no longer a constraint. Focus shifts to structure and efficiency. Taxes and decisions matter more. Money becomes strategic. And let's go a little further, right? $25,000 to $80,000 a month. Income is no longer the focus. Preservation replaces accumulation. Control matters more than growth. This is where perspective changes. Then $1 million to $2 million per year. Capital works harder than labor. Decisions makes more effort. Risk becomes asymmetric. And money is an operating system. Let's go a little further. So I want you to just understand that then there's another level that gets to more than $2 million a month, a year. That's the level where they think that, hey, this is that ultra wealthy thing, right? But I want you to understand this. Watch this. I still want you to understand this. Even though that's how they have it bracketed, I want you to know something. Go back to that screen for a second. Go back to that screen for a second. I want to show something. Go back to the... I know some people
that...
that...
the rich and the wealthy would have been flip-flop.
Go back. Right? No, go a little further. No, to the top part. Yep. Watch this. I know some people that's doing between 25 and $1 million, and they're no better off than people that's doing $3,000 a month. And the reason why I say that is because when you don't have financial discipline, $1 million a year can feel like $1,500 a month. Watch this. When you have a whole bunch of subscriptions that you don't use, I just told myself this, I'm like, bro, we got to stop going to DoorDash so much. I'm being a trap buyer. I did it for the snow stuff. I was like, man, I don't got this. I looked up, I'm like, do I spent $500? Like, how I spend $500? I said, man, it's not even me. For the snow stuff, I was like, man, I don't want to go outside. I need this DoorDash. But I ordered like 10 DoorDash in 2 days. I'm like, wait, why did I spend $500, bro? Right? So watch this. You got to know how to control the money watch this. You'll never run out of things to buy if you don't discipline yourself. You'll never run out of things to buy because America is great at making us consumers, trap buyers. So one of the things you got to do is watch this. The goal is, watch this. I'm going to say this, we'll move on. The goal could be to make $1 million a year. But the real goal should be, how do I find discipline where I am now? Because if I don't have discipline now, I'm going to blow $1 million a year. And then you need $1 million a year to survive. And I promise you, it's easier to be able to maintain what you have now than to keep maintaining $1 million a year. Because the goal can't always be, I need to make more money, I need to make more money, I need to make more money. Then you're going to overwhelm yourself. And then you're going to put yourself in that situation where you're willing to risk your life. You're willing to end your life. You're willing to take drastic measures because you feel like you're behind. When really, if you can say, all right, you're like, I was making it off this, like I don't even need that. All that's extra. Like if I ain't got a business that I'm putting money into, bro, I wear the same stuff. They can tell you every single day. I got like 7 jogging. I wear them every day. I got a closet full of clothes. I wear the same 6 or 7 shoes. I just put them on repeat. What happens is we really start getting really good. You know what we get really good at? Buying stuff that we don't need. I was talking to one of my mentors, and he was telling me, we were having a conversation, and he was like, Trap, I've seen so many people do good for like 5, 6, 7 years. And then once they start making a certain amount of money, they leave the mentorship. I was like, why? He's like, they can't afford it anymore. I'm like, why? They can't afford it. He said, because what happens is, what people start doing is, as they start making more money, they start buying more stuff. And what happens is, watch this, it's just like, that's why I say the stock market is learning how to trade is such great personal development, is because, watch this, when you see in green, you think it'll never go red. And you always think it's gonna go high, and you're scared to take profit because, watch this, you get intoxicated at looking at the returns on the paper. You get intoxicated looking at, oh, it's 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, $1,000, $20,000. I'm up $40,000. And then you never think about, damn, that one headline wiped all that out. Damn. And now watch this. And everybody knows this for a fact. The market goes down way faster than it comes back up. That should have lose 20% in 2 days. And that should have taken 7 months to get it all back. Right? So I'm telling you, trading becomes the biggest personal development you can ever take because it's going to, 1, expose who you are, and then 2, it's going to make you fix it. Because if you don't fix it, you start making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So what you got to do is find risk management, not just in trading, you got to find risk management in your life. How do I find life risk management? All right, cool, I had $1 million a year. Okay, watch this. So people to make you think, man, why are you thinking negative like that? No. I'm not thinking negative. I know that, yes, it is possible for me to have $1 million a year again, but I don't want to. Watch this. I don't want my life to change if I don't have one. Right? I don't want the quality of my life to change if I don't have $1 million a year. The one thing you would say about me, you be like, Trap, bro, like I let people guess how much money I got because that ain't for me to talk about, but you don't be seeing me on private jets like that. Now, I'll do first class. Why do you private jet for? Because watch this. Now, it's a difference between Kevin Hart. Because what Kevin Hart said, he's like, bro, I don't know the last time I flew. I don't even know the last time I flew on an airplane. Right? He's in a different phase of his life. Right? That's cool because it becomes a write-off, becomes all kinds. He's like, first class, what that is? A Biscoff cookie. What is that? You know what that is. Right? He's like, Brian did that in like 15 years. I'm like, that's dope. For me, I'll go first class. I'll also do Comfort Plus. Right? I want, no matter what life I'm in, I won't be able to go first class or Comfort Plus. I'm okay with that. But I'm not afraid if they got the seats booked, I'll go in the back. So I want you to understand, I don't want the quality of my life to change. Watch this. if at certain seasons of my life, financially, things may be a little different. So that comes from, how do I manage money? How do I do certain things? How do I navigate this space? Am I good at just sitting on my hands and not spending money? And I want you to learn that. I want you to be able to say, all right, bro, like, yep, I had my $1 million year, but it don't cost me $1 million to live, but it may cost me $250,000 to live this year. All right, cool, that's sustainable. Because now I don't need another $1 million year to sustain that. But if I have a $500,000 year, I can still sustain that $100,000 a month, $200,000 a year. You can still sustain that, right? But if you have $1 million a year and it's costing you $800,000 to live, yo, you check engine light on, fam. The financial check engine light is on. All right, let's go a little further. Now let's go further than that. Let's do something else. Let's go. All right, let's go like this. China has cleared its tech giants to prepare for orders for NVIDIA, 200 chips. Now, China is preparing for this, right? China has told its major tech firms like Alibaba, Tencent, and ByteDance that they can prepare orders for NVIDIA's H200 AI chips. It marks a potential win for NVIDIA as China is prioritizing infrastructure. But remember, China was like, hey, don't buy that. Remember, China is definitely playing chess right now. This is how China compares to the U.S. Active military personnel, China, America, and U.S., that probably goes to China because they have way more. But active aircrafts go to America. Fighter jets, America. Navy fleet, China. Aircraft carriers, America. Defensive spending, America. Satellites, America. GDP normal, America. America and China will be at odds at all phases because everybody is always positioning for to be the winner of the game. And what I need us to do and what I need us to focus on is, yo, how do we play the game at a high level? And I'm going to end it right here, man. I think we've been doing it long enough. We've been in here for 3.5 hours. So what I want to say to us is this, man. As we play this game and as we navigate this game, I want us to be able to navigate the game with confidence. I want us to be able to navigate the game with clarity. And when we do that, we don't have to focus so much on what's not happening for us to be able to live our life comfortably. Because people gonna always scramble. Watch this. When financial turmoil hits the world, it's not the people at the top that feel it. It's the people in the so-called middle and the people at the bottom that feel it. It's the people that have no financial discipline that feel it. And what I try to do and what I try to help us with is I want us to be able to look at the scene and say, hey, it may not be now, it may not be tomorrow, but I see it. And because I see it, I can prepare for it. You got to be willing to do the stuff now that people not willing to do now so that when everybody freaking out, you're not under that pressure. And that's why I love the market. And so I challenge everybody, and I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to say it loud, I'm going to say it it's coming, y'all. Everything is coming, y'all. We can't look at everything that's happening and keep acting like we don't see what's coming. It was different in 2020 because you wasn't aware of it. But now you've had 6 years. Like once you went through the pandemic, boom, you woke up. No matter what you thought before the pandemic, like, yeah, man, it's all good. I ain't tripping, yada, yada, yada. Because the pandemic made us realize something. Ain't no job safe. The pandemic made us realize that, hey, rents is going up, but my dollar ain't the same no more. Quarter juices ain't quarter juices no more. Quarter chips ain't quarter chips no more. Damn that rent high. Damn that light bill high. Damn them eggs is high. Damn that milk is high. Damn that bread is high. Wait up, man, I'm working 2 goddamn jobs now. And so the market can change our lives, but we got to be willing to navigate the market and not let that greed take over, y'all. Because it's going to show up. And here's what I want you to know. We've been getting saved from a recession. I'm talking about a 2008 type recession. When I came home, I ain't gonna lie, I was back trapping, so I ain't really feel it. But I looked around and I was like, damn, they got a lot going on right now. And I'm telling y'all, we not far from it. It may not happen this year, right? But man, if you prepare for it, it don't matter when it happens. And you want to be financially prepared, y'all. You want to be financially astute. Don't get caught up, I promise y'all. Don't get caught up in all the fancy clothes. And I promise you, fam, like, I don't know when the last time I bought myself, like, I bought some Hokas because Bernard bought me a pair for my birthday. And I said, bro, you know what? I'm going to give me another pair. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought me like 3 pairs of shoes. I'm like, bro, now ain't the time for that. Because I see it coming. And I'm not trying to prove to nobody that I can keep my lifestyle up. I know, you know what I want? I want to be the person, be like, hey, I'm all right over here. My family all right over here. My kid all right over here. I can still put money in my daughter's brokerage account. If me and my daughter mom may not be seeing eye to eye, but if she need me, I might look out for her. My cousin might need me. I know one thing, man, there's people who may need me, and I won't be able to say, yo, we good. That time coming. And we know for a fact, watch this, America not gonna save us when they drowning. They're gonna say, every man get it how you live. They're gonna say, every woman get it how you live. Guess what? Louis Vuitton ain't gonna close. Guess what? Every designer store not gonna close. Guess what? Banks, they still gonna charge overdraft fees. Guess what? Rent, the landlord's gonna still want it. Guess what? Food, they ain't giving away none. And so what we gotta be able to do is look 1 year ahead and say, yep, it may not be happening now, but man, we didn't happen in 2020. It didn't happen in 2021. Didn't happen in 2022. Got a little taste of it late 22, but 2023 bounced out of it. 2024, 2025, markets is soaring. We 6 years out of really letting it touch us, and they keep on printing more money, and China doing this. And yo, there's only a matter of time before the straw break the camel back. It ain't up to us to guess when it's gonna happen. It's up to us to prepare for when it does. And a lot of us, you don't have the option, as much as people hate America and all that, you don't have the option to move. It's hard to uplift your family from here and go to Dubai. It's hard to uplift your family from here and go to Spain. It's hard to uplift your family from here and go to somewhere else, another country, and move. So guess what you got to do? You got to thug it out in America until it get back right. And that may take a year. That may take 8 months. That may take 2 years. That may take 5 years. You don't know how long it's going to take. So you need to be in position. And they taking jobs with robots. No matter what they saying, AI ain't going to take no jobs. They taking them right now. You see it every day. They say, hey, we hired a lot of people during the pandemic. We letting them go. Amazon letting 40,000 people go. Apple letting 10,000 people go. Microsoft letting 10,000 people go. Corporate jobs. We see Amazon right now with over 1 million robots in the warehouse. Once people see that, you don't think other companies following? So the warehouse job, the hospitality jobs, they all leaving. They all leaving. And so this is the game that changes our life. Man, you don't got to make 10,000. Man, how do I make $1,000 this month extra? Let that be a goal. Don't let the people get you, I got to make $100 a day. Man, it ain't that easy. What's my goal, man? I want to make $1,000 this month. What would an extra $1,000 a month add to your income? That's 12 extra $1,000 a year. And then you learn how to pay taxes on it, or you get with the people of Verizon Trust and you realize, hey, this is where I can get that deferred at. How do I make an extra $1,000 a month? Man, you know what that extra $1,000 a month gonna do for you when the world can't get a job? And here's the thing, when the world start crumbling, they can't give free money no more. Ain't no more stimulus. That's the goal. Now, how do I make $100 a day? It's impossible for you to make $100 a day for 30 days in a row. You ain't gonna get 30 trades right in a row. So don't fall for that BS. The goal, how do I make $1,000 a day? Now here's the dope part about that. If I make $1,000 a day, I don't need to make $100 a day because I don't got to be active every day. Guess what? That starts to compound because then you build yourself up. Because here's the thing, you make $1,000 2-3 months in a row. Guess what? You build up some skill to say, hey, I can switch that to $2,000 a month. And so now you learn how to make $24,000 in a year. What would $24,000? Well, Trap, what about taxes? Well, if you're not with Horizon Trust, guess what? That's still 32% because it's active income. You take 32% from $24,000. Guess what? You pay Caesar what Caesar do if you ain't learned how to do it yet, and you still sitting on about $15,000, $17,000. Guess what? That's an extra $17,000 a year you just made. Add that on to what you have. You can change your life. The goal is the internet that made you think you got to get rich overnight instead of building the skill to say, how do I take care of my family and make sure we financially secure? That's the game. That's the game. Let's go with realistic expectations that we can build on. Systems, processes, procedures that we can build on. And then we start putting budgets in place. Hey, just because I made an extra $2,000 a month don't mean I'll go spend that. It means, nope, that's the reserves. And I'm not overtrading because I made it. I'm building the account up and I'm sticking to my rules. And then I go figure out, hey, how can I get some passive income? Hey, let me go get a laundromat because that's for show money. That's how we change the game. That's what I want for us. Because it's coming, y'all. And I want everybody who lock in on this channel to say, hey, it might ain't happen this day, but Trap told us and we prepare. We see it. I'm not trying to be the biggest. I just want to be able to say, hey, you come to this channel, you watch this show, I gave you some tools to help you navigate when shit hit the fan. And if I did that, y'all, we done our job. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Chap, man. I love y'all. I want y'all to have a good night. Hey, we just dropped the, Jose? We just dropped the YouTube on a personal page. Go check that out. It's phenomenal. Jose putting a chat in there right now. Yo, it's one of them ones. I recorded that right before the show. So that's why we a couple minutes. It's a phenomenal episode. Go to the Wallstreet Trapper YouTube page. Jose gonna drop the chat in there. It's gonna be real good. Also, man, come join the Patreon, man. We got the topics here. We're doing the chart classes once a month. Rob gonna do the chart class this week, Saturday. Then we're gonna have a trade audit class probably coming in next week. We got that coming. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your merch. Other than that, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Download it on all podcast platforms. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We see y'all next week. Same time, same place. I love y'all. We out. Patreon. Who got the grilled cheese sandwiches? You hear me? I'm out, baby. Good show, y'all.